Well, the whole concept of lying on a dating app about your height seems really weird to me, only because I'm a pleaser. Like my therapist to tell me all the time, like, I got to stop worrying about pleasing everybody else. That's how I live most of my life. The worst nightmare for me would be sitting at a table and you're all bellied up and you're like, ooh, I am ready and I can't wait. This is going to be the best date ever. And then you stand up to say hi and she immediately goes, huh. Like, that just feels like for me, I'd rather have the opposite. Like, this is why I tell people all the time that work out before their wedding pictures. Don't do that. Do not get in the best shape of your life before your wedding. What you should want is a wedding picture where you're at your worst, because then you hang that on the wall, and everybody that ever comes over for the rest of your life will be like, oh my God, you've lost so much weight.
Blow up.
Yes, balloon yourself. Go like you're about to be a contestant on The Biggest Loser. Eat all the cake, all the pie, then get your wedding pictures done, and then invite people over to the house 6 months later, and they'll be like, oh my God, you've lost a person. What did you do? Like, it's the same thing. If I'm going to, I want to undersell everyone.
Yeah, I feel like
how's that
he's been fined for things off the air already today. What?
Because y'all being vain bros right now.
I mean, you like what you like. Like, I'm not gonna. I mean, some people, like, I would imagine you'd be really disappointed if you're like a chubby chaser, and all of a sudden you walk in and it's
Fair Tire Studios. This is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, the Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan, it's Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, two teams with identical records locked in a battle for playoff spots in the East square off for the final time in this regular season as the Bruins take on the Detroit Red Wings. Great to have you with us alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Well, tonight another game with massive importance in the push for a playoff spot. And the Bruins come to Detroit having collected points in 4 straight and 7 of their last 8 games. On Thursday night at TD Garden, it was a rare game of late that did not come down to the wire. A 6-1 victory over the Winnipeg Jets, and no letdown for Marco Sturm's team after an emotional game in Montreal 2 nights before.
Coming home from a road trip, and I always feel like every time you play Montreal, especially in Montreal, there's a lot of emotions involved, and that's why it's, even if we had a day off yesterday, but it's hard. It's hard to come back and bounce back, but I thought the guys did a really good job today, and overall we were under control of the game, played our game, scored 6 goals besides Sway, best goalie in the league. It's not easy, so guys did a good job.
I mean, they really did. I wasn't overly impressed with Winnipeg, to be honest with you. I didn't think that they played a very good game in that one. That was the first game of a road trip for them, but credit the Bruins for taking care of business and doing what they needed to. They only had 1 power play in the game. The second unit created some opportunities for them. That's still a work in progress with the first unit. But Swayman made the saves when he needed to. Can't overlook the saves he made in the first period on the 2-on-1s. On some ill-advised pinches there, and then as well as the save he made in the second period was phenomenal, getting from left to right to make that save on the one-timer there. So he was really good when he needed to be. You look at a 6-1 game, you're like, the goaltender probably didn't have to do much, but he did. When the game meant something, when it was close, he had to be good. There was one shift where the Bruins got themselves in trouble, and it was in the third period, and when Winnipeg was trying to mount some kind of an offensive there, and they had their top line out, and the Bruins held on. hung in there, got through the shift. And after that, it kind of settled down a little bit, and the Bruins added on to their lead.
And it was a good night overall offensively. Charlie McAvoy and Jonathan Aspro especially, +4 as they matched up against that top line from Winnipeg for most of the night.
Exactly. I mean, and that shouldn't be overlooked either. And so did Zaka's line.
Yeah.
And they ended up +2 against Scheifele's line. Scheifele's line's the number 1 line for Winnipeg. And, Zaka, not every shift, but they were out there a lot against them. And McAvoy, Aspro, right from the start of the game, right from the drop of the puck, they were out there against them. A little different here today. I asked Marco Sturm about that this morning in the pregame interview. So you don't have last change here today, so it's a little more difficult to get the matchups that you're looking for. But I'm curious to see if he'll be doing quick changes after the puck is dropped to try to get those matchups. He hasn't really done that a lot this season, but you're up against it right now. And you said identical records. The only difference is the Bruins have one more regulation win, which is the first tiebreaker. That's why they're in the first wild card and Detroit's in the second wild card. You got other teams tied up at 84 points. Columbus, they were winning again today. I don't know if they
Looks
won.
like
It was 4-2.
yeah.
And last time I checked,
they just closed
period.
it out. Yeah.
So they win. Pittsburgh wins. The Islanders are playing later, so all these teams are right around you in the standings. Ottawa coming as well. They continue to win games. So you got a lot of teams around you. You cannot afford to give away points. And even if it goes to overtime and you get that one, you'd still rather walk out of here with 2 against the team that you're battling with. But making sure that you do the right things, play the right way, and teams have that in mind right now. It was funny the other day, 2 days ago, there weren't any games that went to overtime, games that were relevant to the Bruins, I mean.
Right.
They were all decided in regulation, and that's been, the exception rather than the rule lately, because a lot of games have gone to overtime. You got these teams playing it so close right now.
Well, it was a big offensive night for the Bruins with 6 goals. Unfortunately, Morgan Geekie still trying to get going. 8 straight now without a goal for him. He did have an assist on the late goal by Jonathan Aspro on Thursday night. Marco Sturm was asked about it this morning, said he's not worried about the personal stats for Geekie as long as he's doing the things he needs to do to help the team's overall goal.
What I said is it's not about scoring anymore. So this is about us winning hockey games and getting the job done. So, he's been a big scorer in this league now, but he has to remind himself too, he has to do some other things as well. And when things are not well, scoring-wise, so it was just more like a reminder, being hard to play against, and he was better last game by doing that, and that's fine with me. We need other things from him, and not just scoring goals.
Yeah, I think Marco Sturm's trying to take a little of the pressure off of Morgan Geekie right now. He's fighting the puck. There's no question. So when you're not scoring, what else are you doing to help the team win? That was always the thing with Jake DeBrusk, right? That was always the coaches would talk about that. Bruce Cassidy would talk about that. And other coaches along the way. What were you doing to help the team win if you're not scoring goals? The goals will come eventually, and they will. Geekie's too good of a player, and I mean it's gone south for him here. We know that, and it's mostly since the Olympic break, and coming back from that. But what are you doing to help the team win? And he doesn't kill penalties. He's not going to be out in many defensive situations, so he's an offensive player. But can you add to the forecheck? Can you complement your center and your left winger? Those are the things that he needs to do. And if he overthinks the goal scoring part of it, he's not going to be doing those things. So they're trying to get through to him. Just stick with it, play the game the right way. The goals will come, the chances will come. What does bother me a little bit is he hasn't been getting as many chances. When he has, he's been snake bitten. That was a little bit earlier in the right after the Olympic break. He hasn't been getting as many since then. And you got the line now. You put Reichel on that line with a little bit of speed. Not a perfect player by any means, but somebody that added some speed and some jump to that line in the last game against Winnipeg, and see if he can continue to do that and help that line here today.
Well, one guy who has not had a problem scoring lately, Pavel Zacha, 4 goals in the last 3 games, a career-high 23 on the season. Of course, he was supposed to go to the Olympics with Team Czechia, but a concussion just before the break altered those plans. Since returning post-break, Zacha has gone on a tear with 8 goals and 6 assists in the last 12.
The key has just been, kind of focusing on. I know, missing the Olympics was something that, was not the best mentally for me, but I was thinking about the whole break. How can I kind of come back and be a difference maker? Just kind of, focusing on the little things, winning the puck battles, being good on a face-off dot. And I knew, with our power play and our lines that, we're going to have a good push here, and that's something that I focused on. And I'm happy that, it's going in now, but I think even before that, we're creating as a line, playing offensive zone. Sometimes more pucks go in for some players than others, but I think, as a team, we're doing a really good job, especially at home.
His line deserves a ton of credit. Arvidsson, since he's come back from injury, has been really good. Middlestat, since he was a healthy scratch and got moved to the wing, has been really good. And that line's been a constant when they've all been healthy. So they deserve a ton of credit. It's been a go-to line. We talk about it a lot, but it bears repeating because that's been their go-to line. And they were the defensive line against Scheifele, but they can also score. It's not like a checking line, right? Quotation marks. It's not a line that you go and send out there to just check the other team's top guys. They're expected to score, and the best defense, right, is playing in the other team's zone, which they do a lot of. So they were out there, actually, ironically enough, they were out there for that bad shift that they had against Winnipeg, that tough shift that they had against Winnipeg. Lengthy third period when Winnipeg was trying to, make the game a 2-goal game, I think, at the time. But they hung in there. They bent, but they didn't break. And most of their shifts were good ones in that Winnipeg game. They frustrated. Along with McAvoy and Aspro and other players, but a lot of those guys, they frustrated that top line for Winnipeg in that game.
Well, in that game, you mentioned the Bruins only had one chance on the power play against Winnipeg. It was the second unit that had a better showing with the addition of new acquisition Lucas Reichel. Sturm thinks that unit may help push the top one.
Well, what I liked today, it was our second unit, because now, we added Lucas, so now actually it looked really good. I liked the chemistry, what they had just by 1 minute there. Why do I like it? Because now it's going to push the other unit. And I think that's going to be good for both units.
I think they're to a point right now where I'd start the second unit. Why not?
If they're going to look better,
a little bit of a message to the top unit, does it not?
Yeah.
You're not going to change the top unit. Those are the guys he wants out there. He's been asked about that before. He says those guys got us. We're really good at the beginning of the year. We're expecting them to find it at some point, but little message sending. Well, why not? Maybe the second unit does it, maybe they don't. I don't know. That was only a very small sample size. But you're at the point right now, if you're not going to change personnel on the top unit, you got to send some messages. And, the top unit just has not gotten it done here recently, and maybe just a little jolt to their ego would help them a little bit. And he's shown he's not afraid to do things like that this season. I mean, he sat guys out. He sat guys on the bench. I fully expect a short bench today, if necessary.
Sure.
If necessary. You don't play for 2 more days. This is, 6 games in 9 days, I think it is, for the Bruins. It's been a busy schedule. You got 2 days off before the next one on Tuesday. And this is a huge one. So fully expect a shorter bench and kind of all hands on deck in terms of what he might do with the lineup as the game unfolds.
Well, you hear players say it all the time late in the regular season. They're treating it like a playoff game. That is not hyperbole tonight. Bruins and Red Wings tied in the standings. Identical records with 13 games to go. Holding the 2 wild card spots in the East, just 1 point ahead of the Islanders. Boston and Detroit, though, also tied in points with Montreal. So the winner of this one could potentially leapfrog into third place tonight. Jeremy Swayman will get the start in goal for Marco Sturm. No lineup changes from Thursday's win. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We will go around the NHL, including the Penguins getting a rare shootout win.
In the crease, he'll go forehand. He scores! Ding dong, the witch is dead. The Penguins win in the shootout.
Bob will chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
All the games we played them really hard and really tight. And that's something we have to do again today, not let them have too much time with the puck.
And up next, we'll talk about these Detroit Red Wings here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Skating out the center to Brinkett, feet past the Cop, moving in around the defenders, got the empty net and scores! Empty net goal for Cop. And it's 3-1 Detroit, and that's going to do it.
Back here in Detroit, where the Bruins get ready to meet the Red Wings for the fourth and final time this regular season. Home team has won each of the previous three. Detroit has been battling some important injuries lately. They'll still be missing Dylan Larkin tonight. On Thursday night here at home, Todd McClellan's Red Wings trailing Montreal into the third period before ultimately coming away with a 3-1 win.
Well, it was definitely a playoff environment. On the ice, there was a lot of competitiveness, battles, emotion, but also off the ice. You could really feel it. We talked about it in the morning. You know, the energy that was in the building was, you could feel it. It's been there before, but this was heightened. As far as the game went, you know, to give up a single goal on the power play to a team like that, we did a pretty good job of checking. When we did break down, and we had a few breakdowns, I thought Gibby stood his ground and played a really solid game. Found a way to score one more than they did. Pretty low-scoring event.
Yeah, I mean, tonight I expect the same atmosphere. I mean, it's Saturday night. It's a late game, right? Everyone had plenty of opportunity this afternoon to get themselves ready for this one. So this is, another playoff game for Detroit. They have Ottawa after this one, so it continues within the division. Ottawa's a team that's chasing everybody, so this is a team that's starving for the playoffs right now, especially in this building. They just have not seen it. They haven't had it. It's a beautiful building. The Red Wings are supported by so many here in Detroit. The building is, like I say, it's a beautiful building. They did a great job with it. Buffalo's been starving for longer than anybody, 14 years, but the Detroit Red Wings also looking to make that jump. And we've been waiting a long time to see if the Red Wings and Sabres, and Ottawa for that matter, when they were going to make the jump. And Ottawa finally did. And now it's Detroit and Buffalo's turn. Buffalo's certainly in by the way that they've played. They just keep rolling people over. But Detroit right there, right on the edge. And they've fallen a little bit lately, but they have won their last two games. And they're without their captain, Dylan Larkin. That's a big loss for them. But they've managed a way to play the game the right way the last two games.
Yeah, Dylan Larkin and Andrew Kopp were both sidelined with injuries last week. McClellan said it would be at least 2 weeks before either guy could get back in the lineup. Kopp, though, made it back on Thursday night after missing just 3 games and had a big impact on that game for McClellan and company.
Well, it says a lot about him, committed to rehab, committed to trusting our staff, and it says a lot about the staff to get him back that quick. But he was really determined. He was playing tonight, and what can I say? He gave us great minutes. We're really happy to have him back. We're working on a couple more, and the sooner we can get healthy, the better.
Well, it solidifies the center position. I mean, Larkin is going to be your guy, obviously, but, Kopp right there with him. So without Larkin, Kopp responsibility becomes even more. But they've hung in there. It's just, goaltending is still, I think, a little bit of a question mark for them. Gibson has had a good year. Didn't get off to a good start, but has had a good year. Their defense, they're led by Edmondson and Seider. Edmondson played more than anybody last game. They played together, but he played more than anybody in that game against the Montreal Canadiens. And it's a guy that they think is going to be a stud, and he's already performing, close to it right now, and alongside Seider. So the Bruins will see a lot of that pair. I mean, they're going to play 25 to 30 minutes here in this game. There's no doubt. They've been good together. They were good against Montreal.
Bruins and the Red Wings coming up here in Detroit. We will check out the injury report coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on, and the snacks from Big Y? Oh, yeah! Freshly made wings, platters, pizzas, and 30-inch super subs. Big Y makes the crowd go wild. Big Y, nicely done.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Brunt Workwear builds comfortable, durable work boots and apparel. They're offering $10 off your first purchase with code FELGER10. That's code FELGER10 for $10 off your first purchase at bruntworkwear.com.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Visit CCL's newly renovated kitchen showroom and get inspired as soon as you walk through the door. Explore the latest trends from the most reliable kitchen cabinet manufacturers in the industry. Check out dozens of color combinations and popular styles in our refreshed showroom in Abington. Visit us online at cclco.com or in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, 100% employee-owned and operated.
Electric bills keep climbing, and New England homeowners feel it every month. And that's why more people are turning to Devlin Energy, the region's trusted leader in solar installation and service. From brand new residential solar and backup battery systems to maintaining and repairing existing setups, Devlin does it all. They even handle commercial solar projects and whole home electrification, helping homeowners and businesses take control of rising energy costs and move toward true grid independence. Ready to get your electric bill in check? Call the pros at Devlin Energy. Take control of your power. Visit devlinenergy.com to get started.
Facilities managers, it's time to think inside the box. Storage trailers and ground-level storage containers from Eagle Leasing are the way to go. I'm Mike Eagle. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or visit us at eagleleasing.com. You see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Time now for tonight's Catches Law Injury Report. Once again, no significant injuries to report for the Bruins. The injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We'll go around the NHL when we return here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CRV, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
The Peterson School is now hiring for new instructors at all locations.
Hi, I'm Adam Norcott, an electrical instructor at the Peterson School. I've learned so much from my students and their experiences, and it's made me a better teacher, foreman, and electrician.
Visit petersonschool.com.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a Hometown Hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Red Wings coming up from Detroit. Let's take a spin around the NHL. Lots of afternoon action today, including in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins finally win a shootout.
6'7" in black, picks it up at center ice. He goes on the near side of the Jet zone, wide, almost kisses the board, slows down in the crease. He'll go forehand. He scores! Ding dong, the witch is dead. The Penguins win in the shootout.
Only the second time this season. What are they, 2-10 now?
2-10 now.
2-10 in the shootout. It did not come without some controversy. You were showing me off the air. There was a goal, another goalie interference penalty, or not penalty, but challenge. This one was challenged by the Penguins, and they lost. And pretty heated, I think, in Pittsburgh, is fair to say. Considering that the PR staff printed out the rule and passed it around to everybody, it was pretty evident that they were not happy about it. And Dan Muse, now the coach for the Pittsburgh Penguins,
0 for 8 on goalie interference challenges this year.
You think you know what goalie interference is, fans? We don't know what it is. The coaches certainly don't know what it is. And it's a hot-button topic in the NHL right now. Not according to the commissioner, but it's a hot-button topic around the NHL right now, and that's it did not go Pittsburgh's way. Let's put it that way.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when the Predators were sellers at the trade deadline? They're now in the Western Conference playoffs as of today.
Back around for Steven Stamkos. This is an outstanding penalty kill for Vegas. Here is Forsberg. Stamkos! He scores!
Yeah, and what's wrong with Vegas?
I don't know.
I mean, what's right with Nashville? Yeah. That's good, and they did it without UC Saros, who's out with an injury right now. Supposedly day-to-day for Saros, and that's their #1 goaltender. But Vegas outshot Nashville 40-20 in this game, and they lost 4-1. So it's they're struggling to find wins right now, Vegas is.
Big one out west. Stars and Wild went to overtime. Minnesota gets the win.
Into the Dallas zone. Hughes to the slot. Went across the break, but a stick by Harley. Now Tarasenko's alone. He scores! It's a win for the Wild in overtime.
Yeah, that's Minnesota does a nice job there. I mean, that's two heavyweights going at it right there between Dallas and Minnesota, and that could be a first-round matchup. Easily be a first-round matchup. Colorado, by the way, they clinched last night, so they are in the playoffs. So, I mean, it's a foregone conclusion, but right now they're in first place. Dallas in second place, Minnesota in third place. But Minnesota gets the win here today. That'll be a fantastic first round. I know that people, that's another hot button one. You know, should they go 1 through 8 instead of playing out of your division? But regardless, when they play one another, if those two teams go at it, or any of those three teams go at it in the first round, it's going to be great.
Stop me if you've heard this before. Buffalo Sabres win.
Darlene takes the shot. There's a rebound in front. They bang away at it. Zucker scores! Jason Zucker in front of the net would not take no for an answer. And the Buffalo Sabres with the power play goal take a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, Sabres end up winning that one by the final of 4-1 over the LA Kings. The Kings have played themselves into contention, but that's a big loss for them on home ice. And Buffalo just keeps rolling. I've heard some people talk about, you know, at some point they're going to learn how to win 2-1 games because they're kind of freewheeling and going. But right now it's working for them. We'll see them on Wednesday, right? Toronto home Tuesday, and then Wednesday against the Buffalo Sabres.
And it just went final a few minutes ago. The Blue Jackets, another win, 5-2. That puts them 2 points ahead of the Islanders for for third place in the Metro Division.
Islanders winning their game against the Canadians, though.
Yeah, that one in progress, 2-1 New York after one. We'll have more from Detroit. Bob talks with Marco Sturm next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Maz. After the brutally cold winter we've had, it's not too late to get your heating system checked. Rodenizer is doing it for just $89, so finish the season strong and get ahead for next year. Visit Rodenizer.com to schedule yours now. Nice people, great service since 1928.
Hey, sports fans, this is huge. We're giving away $200,000. Support our mission and change lives. Enter now at punch4parkinsons.org. Use code SPORTSHUB for 50% off. That's punch4parkinsons.org.
The college basketball madness is almost here, and the Brook Casino is your ultimate viewing and betting destination. With New Hampshire's biggest video wall at 150 feet, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy all the action in the Brook's modern Vegas-style DraftKings Sportsbook with lounge seating and delicious food for you and your friends. Just over the border, exit 1 off 95 in Seabrook, New Hampshire. Go to livefreeandplay.com to plan your visit. Don't miss out on any of the college basketball madness. Go to livefreeandplay.com.
Hey, it's Hardy, and you've heard me talk about my friends at Revise. They're the Mass Save partner that does your no-cost home energy assessment, helps you properly insulate your home. But did you know they also offer free estimates on heating and cooling replacements? Plus, their top-notch service department is available to repair your boiler, furnace, water heater, or heat pump, whether it runs on gas, oil, or propane. Call 800-885-SAVE. That's 800-885-7283, or go to callrevise.com.
If you or someone you know is struggling with substance use, the New England Recovery Center can help. Inpatient program admission is available 24/7. Visit newenglandrecoverycenter.org or call 877-MY-REHAB. You know it's coming.
We can't even sit out here.
This season, guys, don't wait for it. Just fix it. Call Mosquito Mike. With locations across Massachusetts and Rhode Island, locally owned Mosquito Mike provides consistent, reliable mosquito and tick service done right. All backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Prepay for the season and get one treatment free with coupon code SPORTSHUB. So this year, don't wait for...
Ugh, I'm going inside.
Instead, remember, for bites you don't like, call Mosquito Mike. 844-750-MIKE.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HT Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. The media group station.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Marco, you're set to take on the Red Wings here today. If I can touch back on the last game, it's nice to have one of those games. You've had so many overtime games here over the past couple of weeks. Nice to have one where you got a little comfortable, at least as the game went on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Those are, like you said, those are tricky ones, and you just don't know what's going to happen. But again, we handled it very well. The first 2 minutes was, everyone was kind of waited a little bit to see what happens, but then I thought we had our legs and we got things going. Overall, this is exactly what we wanted. We had a good lead. I could spread out the ice time from all the guys, because some guys, I could tell they played a lot of minutes the week before on a road trip. They were not as sharp, and so it was just one of those games where we need it, and hopefully it's going to give us enough juice tonight.
There was a time in the third period, I asked you one specific shift in the third. I think it was 4-1 at the time, and they were pressing, right? Scheifele's line, it was one of the better shifts, well, it was the best shift that they had against you guys. What was the the or the feeling on the bench? Like, let's get out of this and move forward here.
Yeah, and just a reminder too that okay, we gotta sharpen up here, and not just it's a dangerous lead when you have that, but also they scored, and then we took a penalty too, and a bad shift there, and all of a sudden it could turn quickly. And hockey is it's a crazy sport, so we've seen everything, so. We just don't want that to happen, especially when we're in a good spot. And but yeah, that's something again we have to control a little better. But I take those lead any day. And but yeah, those are the moments we just have to dig deep, and especially our top guys.
What does it say for you? I mean, I know that you've counted on the Zaka line to do a lot of things this year, and they played against, not every shift, but they played a lot of shifts against the Shifley line, and then McAvoy and Aspro as well. Will you try to do that on the road, or how much more difficult is it on the road because you don't have the last change?
Yeah, no, it's difficult, but you try to squeeze it in once in a while and trying to get these guys out against the big boys. But it's it's hard. But as a coach, that's my job to find ways to do that. If I can do that, I'm doing everything in my power that these guys will be out. That's usually the plan.
Do you coach any differently today with 2 days off before your next game? This is, divisional game, a team that you're fighting with for the playoffs. Do you shorten the bench quicker today than maybe normal?
Yeah, no, usually how I see it, we just got to wait and see how things go. And then when it comes down to the third period, usually, do we need to shorten it? Do we need to push? Do we need to get a guy like David more ice time and stuff like that? So, again, let's just go by feel. But yeah, you're right. If you have 2 days off, and they had a day off yesterday, so I think guys will be all rested, and I can push them a little bit more than usual.
We've talked a lot about the power play, so not looking at the first unit, I'm looking at the second unit. I know there was only one chance last game, but it looked like they had some chemistry there.
Yeah, really good. I liked the minute and 10 they had. They moved it really well. They had really good opportunities. And hopefully it's going to help our first unit. I think they needed that little push too, it's not just about them. It's other guys are pushing, and that's what we want. We want that little competition, not just 5-on-5, but also on the power play. So hopefully it helps us in general in the power play, and especially the first unit.
2 more questions for you. Sway, first of all, how good he was last game. It might get overlooked a little bit because it's a 6-1 game, but he made some big saves on odd man rushes in the first, and then obviously the one in the second.
Yeah, people don't even realize how big he is for our team all season long. He made those 2-on-1s very, very easy. We don't even talk about it, but we should, because those are big moments. And there are times, if it goes in the net, it's a different game. So he had our back, and that showed again last game.
Just on the Red Wings, they've won 2 in a row, even without Dylan Larkin in their lineup, their best player. But what are they doing well? Where do you have to be careful with them?
Yeah, no, they still have a lot of really high-end skill, and that's who they are. They have a really good power play, and again, with those skilled guys, they can win you hockey games, or they win for them. And other than that, they're a very well-structured team. We know that, knowing Todd. So, no, we just got to be patient. You got to, all the games we played them really hard and really tight. And that's something we have to do again today, not let them, have too much time with the puck.
Todd McClellan, somebody you've talked a lot about. What's his coaching style? What makes him so effective?
Well, like I said, he's a very, very well-structured man. When I say that, not just his teams play that way, but also his preparation going into like a day like today, or even an off day, or a practice day, you name it. I don't know anyone who's more prepared than him. So, for me to see that and also be on his side for a lot of years, that's something I didn't know, and I had to learn too. And I'm so happy he took me under his wing, because it's a big part of it. It's not just X and O's and doing line changes. There's more to it, and so that and the game management or the bench management, I call it, what he does on the bench. You could tell he's a veteran. He's been around a long, long time, and again, he's a detailed guy, and that's something I learned from him.
Thanks, Marco. Appreciate it. Good luck here tonight. That's head coach Marco Sturm. Bruins, Red Wings next.
On Thursday night, the Bruins returned home looking to rebound from back-to-back overtime losses on the road, and rebounded in a big way.
Zadorov to Zacha, back to Arvidsson, who's rotated out to the left point and got a shot through. Now Middlestead got it to Zacha, who scores! This
This line just keeps going. It's 4-0. Tonight it's back to the road to face their toughest challenge yet against an original 6 team tied with them in the standings. The Bruins and the Red Wings coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Across to Esposito, a shot.
Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime.
Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand and a save, Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Spoilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Mass Mutual, Avidia Bank, Wendy's, Live Nation, The Peterson School, Tito's Handmade Vodka, Big Y, Nicely Done, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100-point backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon.
David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1.
Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
And we're at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. Bruins and the Red Wings getting ready to square off. Identical records coming into this one. Winner moves ahead in the standings. What do the Bruins need to do to make sure it's them?
Possibly overtake Montreal.
Sure.
They're losing right now to the New York Islanders, or at least at last check. I think you got to make this kind of a half court game, a half ice game, right? Don't get into a run and gun with them. Even without Larkin, they still have some guys who can really go offensively. They hurt you on the power play. They have hurt you on the power play this season. So discipline is, like every game for the Bruins, and we've talked about it a lot this season, is very important for them. They've done a much better job here recently of staying out of the box and being able to kill penalties. But force them to come 200 feet. Keep guys like Kane and DeBrincat, who are hot right now. DeBrincat scores last game, which was a game winner. Patrick Kane, all-time leading scorer and American-born players, over 500 goals in his career, and he can still do it offensively for you if you let him. So, tight game. Make them come 200 feet if they're going to beat you.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face-Off is next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Here's another key to why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Free 30-day test drive. Try your tires for 30 days, and if you're not happy for any reason, you can bring them back free of charge. Go to townfairtire.com to see more key reasons why nobody does it like Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Mass Mutual presents an uncomfortable pregame conversation between goalie UC Saros and center Ryan O'Reilly.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Like, no goals for retirement?
No goals.
What about a new home?
No goals.
Good talk. See you on the ice.
No goals.
Planning and protection on and off the ice. Go to massmutual.com today.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Care for a Truck Month trivia contest, Sam?
Oh, I can't resist, Hank.
Okay, fact. Truck Month happens only once a year.
Fact, it's the best time to buy a new Ford truck.
Fact, Ford F-Series is the best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact, America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact, I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Opening face-off coming up between the Red Wings and the Bruins. Starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Detroit is John Gibson. On defense, the pairing of Ben Sherratt and Justin Falk. And up front, the line of Marco Kasper, Andrew Kopp, and Mason Appleton. For the Bruins, they'll start Jeremy Swayman in goal, Nikita Zadorov, Andrew Peak, your defenseman, and up front, the line of Tanner Jeannot, Sean Corrali, and Mark Kastelik. The starting lineup is brought to you by Big Y, celebrating 90 years. It's not just our anniversary, it's yours too. You're the Y.
Tonight's national anthem was presented by Mass Mutual, planning and protection on and off the ice. And our first 5 minutes presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Melanie Sharkey of Arlington, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Melanie picks up a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Underway from Detroit. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period. They get it deep right off the bat. Falk played it up the far side boards, kept alive at the blue line by Kastelik and Corrali. Kastelik chasing it down along the end boards, played it back to that far side. It'll be pushed out of the zone by Appleton as he takes a shoulder from Zadorov.
Yeah, Zadorov stepped up. He was looking for the big hit. Appleton saw him coming the last second.
Appleton turning with it in the neutral zone, drops it back into his own end. And it's Sherratt in the near circle as both teams get some early changes on. Red Wings in red from head to toe. Bruins in the road, white sweaters, helmets, and black pants. And off there and offside, DeBrincat takes a heavy hit from McAvoy just inside the blue line. And that will draw some attention very early in this one.
Well, bring it, because I think it brings out the best of the Bruins with the fact that the game gets that way. Zadorov went for a big hit. McAvoy, just as the whistle went, he was stepping up on DeBrincat anyhow. He didn't know that was going to be offside. It's a good physical play by McAvoy. Even Pasternak came over right after that. I mean, they start the fourth line, the Bruins do. Try to get a big hit on Falk. Try to get a big hit on Appleton. Get a big hit on DeBrincat.
Off of this face-off, Sider will play it around behind Jeremy Swayman to the near side. Jumps away from McAvoy, comes back deep.
There's a fine line, though. It's making those hits, but not taking yourself out of position to make them.
McAvoy gets it from Middlestad. Charlie going to carry through center ice. On the right side for Zaka. Right circle shot is blocked off of Edvinsson, kicked in behind the net. They kept it moving around that far side, but Kane will play it back
Just missed Arvidsson on that pass.
Kane coming ahead into the Bruins zone. Deals off for Edvinsson. Backhander in front. Picked off by McAvoy. He's trying to get it to Comfort.
4-on-2.
McAvoy to the right side for Middlestat. Chopped off his stick by Sider. Keeps it moving. McAvoy forced around behind the net. Arvidsson to the far side. At the hash marks, try to backhand it toward the slot. It was blocked. We'll get it across the near side now for McAvoy. A drive blocked by Sider, and a 2-on-1 headed the other way. DeBrincat across the line with Comfort. Takes the shot. Hit the post. And then the rebound sent back towards Swayman, who tried to hand it off, and the Red Wings able to keep that alive. Falk will play it around behind the Bruins net.
Bruins had a 4-on-2, did not get a shot, didn't really get a play, and then they end up giving up the 2-on-1.
Tied up deep inside Boston territory. Middlestat takes away along the far boards and lifts one out through center. Sherratt will play back toward the near side, and tipped in deep here by Lucas Raymond. Mason Lohrei backhanded around near side, cut off by Raymond just south of the hash marks. Played it back down deep. It'll come back toward Raymond again. Hampus Lindholm, and then Pasternak comes over with a hit, and the Bruins will clear the zone. Husnudinov and Minton get crossed up coming through the neutral ice, but Minton will dump it in. Off the end wall, Gibson made sure to play it away from the side of his net. Husnudinov in the right corner, able to win a battle. Pasternak being shoved by Falk, knocked down to a knee. Costa stays with it. Puck comes squirting toward the near circle, and Casper will carry out. From just inside the red line, he sends it softly into the left wing corner of the Bruins zone. Elias Lindholm protecting the puck in behind the net. Peak will rim it around the far side. He's got Geeky. Pass into the middle, kicks off the skate of Lucas Reichel, and goes in toward Gibson. Shoveled it toward the near corner. Reichel gets in there with position. On the near side wall, Kopp will play it back across the ice. Appleton just outside the Boston zone, shoved back into the zone by Zadorov.
Took a high stick.
Got hit by a high stick, and the Bruins are going to catch an early penalty here with 3:05 gone in this first period.
Twice that Zadorov has been aggressive with Appleton, closing on him quickly before he can make a play, and this time Appleton gets the stick up and catches Zadorov. But yeah, so, offensively from the Bruins, we know that they're not a team that relies a lot on the rush, right? But that's a 4-on-2. You got to have a better play than that. You got to have a little more deception coming into the zone where that puck is going, and then they give up the 2-on-1 going back the other way. And the shot by DeBrincat hits the post on the blocker side. Shot from the right wing circle, blocker side there on Swayman.
So the Boston power play with 3:05 gone in this first period.
They will start the first unit.
1 out of 18 in the last 6 games. 5 for 39 in 12 games since the Olympic break. Detroit penalty killers are 20th in the league. They've allowed goals in 8 of their last 11 games. Here's McAvoy off the win of the faceoff. Walking it along the blue line. Gives it to his right to Geeky. Elias Lindholm, bottom of the near circle. Pasternak. And his shot turned away by Gibson.
There's a different look. Right? Geeky out high on the right point. And Pasternak almost in the bumper right there.
Bruins off a clear. Come back to get it in their own zone. McAvoy will leave it behind here for Zacha. Carries it across the line. Gives it on to Pasternak. Right back to Zacha. Pasta again along the near side board. Out near the blue line. Threw it toward Zacha. Looking for a redirect perhaps. McAvoy out of that far corner. Elias Lindholm back up top for Pasternak. Stepping in. Shot redirected a couple of times. Elias Lindholm shoots. It got behind Gibson, but did not go. Pasternak top of the circle. Over to Elias for a drive, and that one kicked aside. Gibson had lost his stick. Gets it back with help from Edvinsson. Pasternak left circle. Gives to Geeky. Stepping back away from Sider. Center blue line for McAvoy. Top of the left circle again, Geeky. Over to the far side, and a one-timer from a wide angle. Hit the outside of the net, and the Red Wings will get a clear.
Here's the thing. That first unit did not score, but that's more of a power play.
That's
that
as good
looks
as
like
we've
a power
seen them
play.
in a while. 43 seconds to go with a man advantage. Lohrei from center ice. Lays it back for Minton. He gives to Arvidsson coming through center. On the left side, it's Middlestat. Centering pass, got through everyone, and that one trickled just out across the zone. Minton will play it back in, and here's Reichel on the right wing. Reichel into the near corner against Sherratt. Puck comes behind the net. Arvidsson pushed it along for Middlestat in the left corner. Played back for Lohrei. Quickly on to Reichel on the right side. Center blue line, Lohrei. To the left circle for Middlestat. 8 to go on the power play. Middlestat shot redirected up over the net off of Falk, and that will kick all the way back out to center. Quick up here for Arvidsson, back across the line, takes a shot, and Gibson uses the blocker to send that one out of play. Power play is over. 14:51 to go here in the first period, still scoreless.
Do I want them to score? Of course I do, but that resembled a power play. That puck hit the post behind Gibson and ended up going back underneath him. That was a good tip by, I think it was Zaka that tipped that puck out in front. That's puck movement in the offensive zone. They got entry. They were assertive. They came with speed. They were tight on the entry and confident moving the puck around.
Face off in the offensive zone here for
and not predictable.
Puck comes around behind the net. Kane in the far corner will drop it back. With the Bernard Docker. Sends it around the near side. Under Johansson out to neutral ice. Comfer whips it across ice, trying to angle it for Kane. And Hampus Lindholm able to close on him and take it away. Harassed against the Red Wings. Face off to his left. Pitched a shutout the last time these two teams got together. It was back in January at TD Garden. There's a shot that Swayman forces off the outside of the net.
Last time in here was a wild one, right?
Yeah, it ended up 5-4. Bruins lost, but they were trailing, I think, 5-2 in that game in the third period and came back to make a game of it.
A lot of stuff going on physically. Two teams that really don't like each other all that much.
That was the night Pastelik ended up fighting most sided.
That was in Boston.
And I thought that was here. But play it around to that far side. Inside the Detroit zone, Johansson. Coming up into neutral ice, Edvinsson on the right side, picked off by Pasternak. He's got to lane up that left wing side here for the Bruins, coming down the circle. And the puck knocked off his stick. Edvinsson will play out of the far corner. Lucas Raymond into neutral ice. Here's Emmett Finney. Back to Raymond, coming to the top of the right circle. Zadorov blocked his shot attempt. Pasternak's got the loose puck. 6.5 gone here in the first period. Minton along the near side boards. Pasternak into the middle. Here's Huskedinov stepping to his left. Try to play it down deep. It was blocked. Finney trying to get it past Huskedinov. It deflected high up into the air. Comes bouncing down to Minton just outside the blue line. Pushed it back into the Detroit zone in traffic. Winds up back on the stick of Seider. Stopped in behind his net. Both teams will change with 7 minutes gone in this first period. Seider still standing back behind John Gibson.
Not in any hurry. Bruins set up in their 1-2-2, and they're making teams. They want to make teams come the distance, right? Force them through the neutral zone. Force them to dump pucks.
Detroit dumped this one in. Near side corner. Arvidsson to Zaka. Just inside his own blue line. Plays it across ice. Foot race for it over by the benches. Hampus Lindholm gets a stick to it first. Here's Arvidsson on the left wing circle. Trying to drive right to the side of the net as Kasper tried to force him in behind. Sherratt will take it up the far side for Detroit to the red line. His chip in hit his teammate Kopp. Comes to Hampus Lindholm. McAvoy will play it up the near right side for Arvidsson. Gets a piece of it, and in deep it goes. Bruins go for a change. And back through the neutral zone, and Jonathan Aspero will retrieve. Jeannot able to get it out into neutral ice. Pastelik gets it from Corrales. Across the Detroit line. Drops it off for the trailer. McAvoy one times it, and it deflected wide. Pastelik in the near side corner and tripped up, but stays with it. Corrales chasing a puck back out toward the blue line. Right back down toward Pastelik. Goes down again, near side circle against Dries. Corrales gets shoved down from behind as well by Van Riemsdyk. It'll be Johansson to play back behind his own net for Detroit.
That's a good effort, but he's had a hard time standing up on that shit.
Collision along the far side. Jeannot getting into it with Dominic Shine. And they will separate and head back to their respective benches. Jeannot stopping to have a few words along the way.
Well, he got a few words as he was going by the Detroit bench, so obliged to give it back.
Dump in by Zadorov. Reichel rims it back around that far side. Elias Lindholm out near the blue line. Played it off the wall, but cut off by Seider. He's going to skate it ahead with some speed. On the left side to Brinkett. Right along backhander. That one got blocked. Second effort, and Swayman will scoop it up.
Words from Jeannot or something like, anytime any of you want, I'm here.
10:50 to go here in the first period in Detroit, and we are scoreless so far on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
The game is on. The crew's here, and the snack spread from Big Y, oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition, platters that get major play, hand-tossed pizzas for the whole team, and that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y. Nicely done.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Get to Parmekian Jewelers' Wedding Band event going on now. It's the largest selection of wedding bands, and they're all on sale at the absolute best prices. Do not miss this chance to save. That's Parmekian Jewelers, Boston, Framingham, and Nashua, also at parmekian.com.
This is Jeffrey Glassman of Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. Call 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
First 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years. Played 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and this game is scoreless. Detroit Red Wings have hit a post, but have no official shots on goal on Jeremy Swayman so far. Bruins with 4 shots on John Gibson and also have hit a post. Face off inside Boston territory, controlled by the Red Wings. Falk coming down the near side boards against Arvidsson. They'll rim it around the far side. Reaching over there at the blue line, Sherratt. Picked off by Zaka, but can't get out of the zone. Knocked off his stick. It'll come back toward the near corner. Pete puts a shoulder into Raymond. On the side corner, Zaka got squeezed off of it. Arvidsson gets it from Pete, though, and gives over to Zadorov with a space up the left side. He'll drive it in from the red line. Gibson reached for it in the trapezoid and deflected it, but couldn't stop it. Red Wings do get it cleared. McAvoy coming back into the Boston zone. Sends one in front of the net off of the skate of Zadorov, and it'll be carried out of the zone by Middlestat. Up across the Detroit line, moves it all the way around behind the net. Arvidsson waiting along the near side circuit. Comes back deep, and Falk picks it off. Up off the glass near side and back out towards center. McAvoy. And to chop it through Comfer. Second effort gets it to Zaka. Aspero played it toward the Boston bench, but Pasternak took it off the heel of his stick. Here's Kane from his own blue line for Detroit. Off the far wall, got it to Comfer, and they lose it back out of the zone. Sider will deal it back toward his own blue line. Kuzmadinov forced a turnover at the Boston Blue. Pasternak will play it off the near boards and deep. Sider looking over his shoulder. Kuzmadinov bearing down on it. On the near side wall, Bruins force a turnover. Pasternak got it in front. Kuzmadinov digging away at it in front. Couldn't quite get the stick to it. Pasternak will play it back for Mason Lohrei at the right point. To the slot for Minton, a drive. Save made. And Gibson pounces on the rebound.
That was Edvinsson that they really pressured that time in the corner. Create the turnover, get that puck in front. Pasternak with the good pass. Gibson's been up to the task.
9:12 to play here in the first period. Scoreless in Detroit on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealer.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Fans come down to Causeway Street on Tuesday night to be there as the Bruins take on the Toronto Maple Leafs in an Original Six showdown starting at 7 p.m. The first 10,000 fans through the turnstiles will receive a high-visibility vest courtesy of New Forma. Select tickets still available to purchase. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets and grab your seat for the hard-hitting action. 9:12 to go here in the first period. Scoreless between the Bruins and Red Wings. Face-off controlled by Detroit from their own zone. Falk played it out into neutral ice, tipped ahead by Casper. Swayman will send it back into the near corner for Hampus Lindholm. Down to the far side. Lohrei, rink wide pass to Pasternak. Gets to a cutting Hampus Lindholm. Back to Pasternak. Drops it off for Minton near side. Throws it through the slot. It goes all the way through to the far corner. And Lohrei able to hold the line over on that far side. Falk will play it back around toward the near side. Sherratt pushed it up the left wing. Kopp angles it past McAvoy. Foot race forward in the Bruins zone. Aspero slaps it away from Casper, but then gets sandwiched between he and Appleton. McAvoy gets involved as well. Puck frozen right in behind Jeremy Swayman's net. Now to the far side boards, and Bernard Docker out of the right point. Threw one toward the slot. It was blocked, and Fraser Minton lines up with it. Gets it to Pasternak on the near side. Turns back at the red line. Now throws it to Janot just on from the bench on a change. Redirected deep into the Detroit zone. Red Wings headed back the other way. That should be an icing.
Yeah, but no, Swayman came out.
Yeah, Johansson was
he didn't realize
a couple of strides shy of the red line.
Yeah, they forced it, and the arm was up by the linesman, but as soon as Swayman makes a move, that gets called off.
Bernard Docker back inside his own zone to Johansson in the near side circle. Into the neutral ice. Van Riemsdyk had to hand it off coming into the zone for Shine.
Now Shine knocked down Peak. Peak took exception to that.
Puck covered here by Swayman, and see a few more conversations break out.
Should mention World Down Syndrome Day, Ryan.
Yeah.
And Johnny Dunleavy was outside the airplane yesterday as the Bruins were boarding and handing out socks. And Johnny Dunleavy's a proud member of Special Olympics of Massachusetts and also a Bruins employee.
Long-time employee.
Long-time employee, yeah. And beloved by all. So great to see him, and he'll be competing soon.
Yeah,
Special Olympics coming up.
Charlie McAvoy and Dylan Larkin both involved in awareness for that day today, donning a pair of mismatched socks, which are kind of a symbol of Down syndrome awareness.
A lot of players wearing them. They got on the bus today.
Yeah, they were involved in the design of those socks. You can find out more on Bruins social media on all of that. Puck in the neutral zone here with Lucas Reichel. Able to drag it around to Brinkett. Find some space on that left wing side. Around the near side boards, it'll come to Geekie. Down toward the corner against Comfort. Now Edvinson gets involved as well as Reichel. McAvoy had it roll over his stick back at the blue line, and the Bruins have to come back. Aspero played the puck up the far side. Reichel kicks it onto his stick. Tried to hit McAvoy coming out across the blue line and missed him. And now it's to Brinkett right back down the left wing circle here for Detroit. Kane stepping in left circle, a shot. And makes that save.
I mean, that's a turnover, right? I mean, the Bruins have been very good here so far in this first period, but that's a turnover right there that leads to that chance by Kane.
Sherratt brings the Red Wings ahead. Shot from just outside the blue line, and Swayman's going to hold that one for a whistle. Lucas Reichel playing in his second game as a Bruin. First came over in the trade from Vancouver. Had a goal and an assist in his Boston debut the other night.
Yeah, he played pretty well. I mean, there's some times in his D zone, a couple things that he needs to kind of clean up a little bit, and that'll be kind of a work in progress. But have that speed, that creativity with the speed.
Lott keeps it in the Bruins zone, sends it around the boards toward the near side. Lohrei and Finney battling for it. Comes free to Arvidsson. He's got Mittelstadt through the middle and played across the Detroit line to Zacha. For Arvidsson, one-timer blocked by Falk, and Finney will clear the zone.
Bruins been good this period. Pace has been good. The support has been there. They've moved the puck well. They turned that last puck over just outside their own blue line, and that led to the Kane chance, but for the most part, it's been solid.
Zacha will chip one deep here. Mittelstadt into the right corner against Johansson. Mittelstadt able to get some position on him. Zacha comes in to help out, and now Arvidsson along the near corner. Sends it back for Mittelstadt, and still locked up with Johansson. Now Arvidsson will send it around the far board. Zadorov finds Zacha coming out of the left wing corner. Hands off for Arvidsson. Now Mittelstadt on that far side as well. His pass gets picked off and forced out of the zone by Raymond. Mittelstadt regains in the neutral ice. Both teams getting some changes on. 5:24 to go here in the first period. Pete gives over to Zadorov. Tried to play it up the middle for Pasternak, and that was broken up. Edvinsson will try up the near side, and his dump in gets blocked. Now second effort will get it in.
Hit the linesman.
Casper just outside the Boston line. Redirected back in across the
would have
line
been offside.
Would
have been offside. You've got to be careful with that pass. That was Zadorov trying to go up the middle.
Zadorov with possession in his own zone. Johan for Pasternak. Pasta fumbled it a bit and then ran into Casper, forced him back into the Bruins zone. He'll play it off the near boards for Minton. Can't find anywhere to go with it. Nobody can really find the handle here.
Remember what I was just saying?
Yeah.
How good the puck movement's been? Not quite on that shift.
Both teams will change here again. 4.5 to go in this first period. Lohrei skates it, gives it over to the left side for Hampus Lindholm. Kostelik able to take one away along that far side, but he's going to grab a penalty here, it looks like.
Your tripping call.
Yeah, Sheldon Dries, as he took that puck away, got tripped up, and that will give Detroit their first power play of the game when we come back. 4:19 to go here on a scoreless first on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
The Shaw's and Star Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
This is Boston's home for sports.
4:19 to go here in the first period. No score. Detroit will go to its first power play as Mark Kastelik is whistled off for tripping. Red Wings 14th in the league in the man advantage this year. A little bit of a drought, 1 for 12 over their last 5 games.
Listen, Larkin will have its effect on you once in a while.
Yeah. Well, with this face-off, they get set up. Sider gives over to Kane. It'll come back across the near side. Raymond whips it deep with the backhand. DeBrincat plays it around to Kane at that far circle. Now back to Sider at the point. Kane again at the hash marks. Carries down toward the corner. Back up top for Sider. Brings it to the center of the blue line. Fires to the right circle again for Kane. Kane steps down low. Throws it in front. And that one ricochets right through the slot. Elias Lindholm able to get the clear. Jumps back in around the boards. Hard it comes. Kane peels it off the wall. Gets it off the boards to DeBrincat. Center blue line for Sider. Raymond at the left hash marks. Throws it in front off of Kopp and off of Swayman. Comes back toward DeBrincat near side. Center blue line again, Sider. Kane, right circle. Minute 10 to go on their power play. Takes the shot. Swayman blocker save. Rebound out into the slot. And a battle won by Elias Lindholm to get the clear.
Yeah, good save by Swayman. Rebound there. Elias Lindholm making sure that puck goes down 200 feet.
3:13 to go in the first. 54 seconds left on the Castellic penalty.
Pressuring Kane. They make a line change, Detroit does, but pressuring Kane from the top down, pushing him down low.
Van Riemsdyk sends it around the Bruins zone and whipped out by the blue line by Perron, but forced out of their zone. And here's Fraser Minton shorthanded, moving across toward the near side circle, and a backhander saved by Gibson.
What a move by Minton. Flying down the left wing side. You know, he had to hold up at the offensive blue line to make sure it wasn't offside, but what a move by Minton. I think that was on Falk.
Just got a piece of it with the glove, did Gibson. Near side corner, Heath pushed it out to the blue line, but not out. Falk got it over far side. One-timer by Van Riemsdyk, turned away by Swayman. Perron at the top of the near circle. Walks it a little lower, throws it toward the front. Van Riemsdyk standing right on the doorstep, and ricochets back out of the zone, and that will do it for the Detroit power play. So each team 0 for 1 on the man advantage. 2:15 to go here in the first period, still scoreless. Casper skating through neutral ice. Reichel deflects his pass at the blue line, and it goes into the Boston bench.
Yeah, good kill by the Bruins. That's, even without Larkin, they moved the puck around pretty well, and they've given the Bruins some problems on that power play. Like I said, it's a subtle change that the Bruins have made on the PK where they push down the guy on the half wall, and that was Kane in that first power play unit. They push him down from the top, force him down towards the goal line. But that move by Fraser Minton, he was flying, and that was Justin Falk that he beat on that.
Top along the far side of the Bruins zone, knocked away from him by Reichel. Pasternak coming back through the neutral ice, able to juggle it, keep it moving forward. Zacha drops it from McAvoy. Around the boards it goes to the far corner, and Pasternak shoved over there by Sherratt. Zacha gets it to Aspero, center blue line. Straight on shot, turned away by Gibson. Sherratt will backhand out into the neutral zone. Zacha able to push it right back across the blue line. Pasternak gives it back to him. Tried for the give and go. But Johansson able to break that up, and we're under 90 seconds to go in the first. Both teams getting some changes here. Sherratt deals for Kane coming out of his own zone. Kane lost it to Middlestad at the red line. Casey will send it down the near side boards. Edvinsson got a piece of it in the air. He's able to track it in behind his own net. Middlestad in tow.
Yeah, he does a nice job, though. They're going to call Middlestad for a penalty there?
Oh, puck goes into the Bruins bench, cooking the indication.
I mean, Edvinsson does a great job, and I thought Middlestad did everything right there.
Boston penalty, number 11, 2-minute minor, goal kick.
Brendan Blandina and Graham Skilliter, the referees tonight. Middlestat reached in with the stick, lifted the stick.
Did everything right. Did everything right.
At what point does he?
No, the first two penalties, one on each team, were penalties. That's not a penalty. That's a good job by Middlestat. He's doing everything right there. And he's making an effort not to hook. He's using his feet, but he's also trying to lift the stick at the same time. He never gets his stick in there, never keeps it in there. There's no hook there at all. And Middlestat, who rarely complains about anything,
he also rarely takes a penalty.
Exactly.
It's only his 4th minor of the season. So a minute 3 to go here in the first period.
I know stick fouls are called a lot. The ref had a really good look at it, but we just saw the replay. I didn't see it.
Detroit controls off the face-off. Kane along the near left side boards. They'll give it into the corner. Raymond angles it off the boards back to Sider. Now again Raymond Got it to DeBrincat, who sends one right through the slot. Kick back towards Sider. Raymond top of the left circle. DeBrincat down low. And Swayman along the near post with him. Raymond along the near wall. 37 seconds to go in the period. Pastolik helped knock it free. DeBrincat got it across to the far side, and Kane's one-timer from the face-off dot snuffed out by Swayman.
The Bruins trying to get to that puck, trying to get it out of the zone, just unable to quite get there in time, and good puck movement by the Red Wings. They win a little battle over along the wall, and that's going to leave Kane open.
The clock. Bruins have Zaka and Minton with Zadorov and Peak as their four-man penalty-killing unit. And we are ready to resume. Face-off win by Comfort. Kane coming toward the high slot. Over to Raymond for a one-timer left circle, and Swayman got across to make that save, and the rebound cleared out by Peak. 18 seconds to go here in the first period. Kane dropped it offward to DeBrincat, who fanned on it at first and then shoots it around the boards. Near side corner. Kane and Peak come together. Zadorov and Comfer in the corner as well. 5 to go in the period. Puck comes out to the slot. DeBrincat turns, fires. It's blocked by Janot. The rebound is in. Clock reads zeros. Swayman is waving his arms. We're going to have to take another look.
Yeah, the original shot is blocked, and it slows it up, so it never really gets to Swayman. And Comfer's going to chip this puck past him.
Puck goes up in the air. 4, 3, 2, 1.
No goal.
That is not going to count.
It's not going to be a goal.
That puck is in the air.
It's on the goal line.
Short of the goal line.
It's on the goal line as it goes to zero. They're going to look at it, but I don't think it's going to count.
Bruins are headed up the tunnel. Red Wings all milling about at their bench, waiting for the word here. And here it is.
No goal on the play. The puck crossed the line after the time expired. No goal.
So the Bruins, by about a tenth of a second, dodge a bullet there at the end of the first period. And this game remains scoreless after one. Detroit will carry over about half of that power play into period number 2. We'll take a timeout. Back with our first intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
If you're in the market for Michelin tires, get to Town Fair Tire and get them at the guaranteed lowest price. With Michelin's innovative technologies designed for durability and performance, you can trust you're getting the highest quality tires over all the toughest of road conditions. Plus, at Town Fair, you get free services for life. So if you're looking for the best deal on Michelin tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team. The Peterson School is now hiring for new instructors at all locations.
Hi, I'm Adam Norcott, an electrical instructor at the Peterson School. I've learned so much from my students and their experiences, and it's made me a better teacher, foreman, and electrician.
Visit petersonschool.com.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Red Wings scoreless at the end of one here in Detroit. And as part of our first intermission tonight, we take a look back at the week around the NHL. Regular season winding down, but we got a heavyweight matchup between Dallas and Colorado that needed a shootout to decide it. Bruins' Pavel Zacha setting a new career high in goals with 14 games to go. And Sidney Crosby came back for Pittsburgh and, of course, made an immediate impact. Here are your NHL plays of the week.
Reinhart, Benning, right circle, Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk in the circle, Benning, far circle, Tkachuk to the net, and it's picked up a shot, they score! Sam Reinhart, the overtime winner! The Panthers win it 2-1, a power play goal for Sam Reinhart to finish it tonight.
Foley with 1 goal and 1 assist, poked it back to Misa. Now he goes to Dickinson. A lead up ice. Here comes Eklund one-on-one. Makes the move on Peak. Heads in front. Shot save. Score! William Eklund, a tremendous second effort. Makes it 4-0 and ends a 19-game goalless drought here in Boston.
Up there now at the line. It's Schmaltz with a pass down the right wing of the Hawk zone. He cuts in front of the net. Deekson lost the puck. And Bedard now back the other way. Off the handoff from Grizzly over the Utah line. Right point drops it off. Lardis to Vlasic. High slot fires off the post. Rebound. Score! Connor Bedard right there to poke it home. And the Blackhawks beat the Utah Mammoth for the second straight time in overtime. Final score, the Hawks 3 and the Mammoth 2. And the Hawks have swept the Mammoth in the season series, winning all 4 games. What a win.
He goes to the far wing. Jammed off the wall. Good work by Kyrou and Thomas. Kyrou getting his stick held the whole way. Refs let it go. Kyrou's in. Around one. Backhand save. Might have hit Nurse. And the Blues get it straight away. Fowler waiting. Thomas in the circle. Fires. Score! Game winner! Robert Thomas! With 8 seconds to go in overtime. Bring out the Zamboni. The Blues have won again. Two gone by in overtime. Harley against Edmondson. Thomas Harley scores! Harley, automatic in overtime. The Stars win it 3-2.
Now Siplikov far side. Each challenged by Zacha. They tie each other up. Siplikov works it free for Brendan Dillon. Quickly gets it out of the zone. Up ahead for Siplikov. In the Boston end. Makes a move. Cuts in front. Hands it off. They score! Paul Cotter gives the Devils the lead, but Maxim Siplikov with a great setup.
Johansson now. Center. Zuccarello scores! Matt Zuccarello wins it in overtime. Nice setup by Johansson, and with $1:51 to go in the extra session, the Wild prevail in this one, 4-3 from United Center.
Dunn center point shot blocked. Rebound Sorelli. Up ice Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov, empty net goal. 5 points for Kucherov. The hat trick. 6-2 Lightning.
Pasternak faked the one-timer, deals it down for Geeky at the left circle, back to Pasternak, center of the blue line. Again fakes the shot, gives to McBoy near circle, right back to Pasternak. Steps away from Deneau to the right circle, threw it in front, it got blocked, but the rebound came right to Zacha, and he backhands it in. Bruins grab the 1-0 lead and scored just before the first end of that double minor expired. Middlestat picks up at center ice, finds a lane to the right wing side. Here's up top of the circle, crossing past Arvidsson. Right in front, Zacha scores! The Bruins on the rush, and Zacha gets his second of the game, deflecting in that pass, and they grab the 2-1 lead.
Taken away by Cates. Cates and Michkov 2-on-1. Cates into the high slot, looking backhand to Michkov, and Michkov was stopped. Bandit back in front, the fire score! Cates banked it off, but Dostal and in. Noah Cates wins it in overtime. His 13th goal of the year, his second in his career in OT.
and the Flyers beat the Ducks 3-2. Their second win over Anaheim this season.
Wyatt Johnston scores. He made it look easy. Dallas up by 1.
And hit it. And that's exactly what Wyatt Johnston does. Watch as he comes in, his head's up, and he's going to pick the top corner perfectly.
It's in the hands of Nathan McKinnon. Wide. Maybe a piece for Unger. The extra point to the Dallas Stars.
Carlson sent a rink wide. It jumped off the stick of Crosby down to the near corner of the Carolina Hurricanes' end. Raquel gets the puck. It's Crosby. He scores! The comeback kid, Sidney Crosby, ties the game in his first game back, and it's a 1-1 hockey game in Carolina.
And of course, Sidney Crosby scores in his return for the first time since the Olympics. Bruins with a scoreless first period here in Detroit. Detroit will still have some power play time when the second period gets underway. We will check the out-of-town scoreboard when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Visit CCL's newly renovated kitchen showroom and get inspired as soon as you walk through the door. Explore the latest trends from the most reliable kitchen cabinet manufacturers in the industry. Check out dozens of color combinations and popular styles in our refreshed showroom in Abington. Visit us online at cclco.com or in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, 100% employee-owned and operated.
This weekend, grab March by the Claw at the Broadside Tavern in Boston. White Claw is opening a $1 million bar tab for bracket season, so rally your crew, call for a couple of claws, and go to whiteclaw.com/couple of claws to score rebates or a chance at a gift card depending on your state. SB 21 rules and restrictions apply. Ends 4/6/26. Drink responsibly. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, we're talking sports here with John Anzalone. John, Sox fans still think they lack pitching. What do you think?
You want to talk about great pitching? Check this out.
Lease a new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 for $235 a month, or a new 2026 Chevy Traverse for $389 a month.
Wow, John, that is a pitch. Hot takes, hot deals. You're in mid-season form.
I got a lot left in the tank, Mike.
Impressive as always. Until next time, that's John Anzalone. And remember, get Liberty for less. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Travel doesn't just show students the world, it reveals who they can become. For many students, the barrier isn't curiosity, but cost. Hi, this is Greg Bottenhorn, CMO of Jasby. We believe travel can change a student's life, and we're proud to partner with the Suddy Youth Foundation, helping students without the resources experience the world with their classmates. The Suddy Youth Foundation has impacted over 10,000 students and awarded $1.8 million in scholarships. If you're a teacher with a student who could benefit, or you'd like to donate, visit sytayouthfoundation.org, because all youth deserve the chance to see the world and their place in it.
Put a stop to what's bugging you with Burgess Pest Management, the trusted pest control company for me, Mike Felger. I use Burgess Pest Management, and you should too. Go to burgesspest.com.
Ian Zoe here. Boston keeps building, and Charles D. Sheehy keeps it moving. From the warehouse to the work site, CDS delivers trusted products, expert service, and a team that understands what contractors need to get the job done right. Keep building with CDS. Visit cdsi.com.
Champions play here, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station.
Back here in Detroit, where the Bruins and the Red Wings are scoreless at the end of one. Let's take a look at the other action going on around the NHL. We'll start with the games that are in progress right now. Montreal Canadiens have rallied to take a 3-2 lead over the New York Islanders. Bruins enter the night not only tied in points with the Red Wings, but also with the Canadiens, who, by virtue of a tiebreaker, are right now in third place in the Atlantic Division. Islanders are a point behind Boston, Detroit, and Montreal for the final playoff spot in the East. The Ottawa Senators have a 3-1 lead over Toronto. That's at the end of two periods. St. Louis Blues are up 2-0 on Vancouver at the end of two. Lots of finals from earlier today. Pittsburgh Penguins winning a shootout for only the second time in 12 tries this year. A 5-4 victory this afternoon at home over the Winnipeg Jets. The Nashville Predators beat Vegas today 4-1. That win, at least for the time being, leapfrogs Nashville into the final playoff spot in the Western Conference. They looked dead and buried just a few weeks ago. but they are in a playoff spot as we speak. An overtime game winner for Vladimir Tarasenko gave the Wild a 2-1 victory over the Dallas Stars today. Buffalo Sabres keep on rolling. 4-1 victory over the LA Kings. Just the other night, Sabres finished out a 40-game stretch that tied for the fourth best 40-game stretch in the history of the National Hockey League, winning 32 out of those 40 games. Only the Bruins twice, back in 29-30, 35 wins, in 70-71, 33 wins, and the Red Wings in 95-96 with 33 wins have had a better 40-game stretch in the history of the league. Philadelphia Flyers got a 4-1 victory over San Jose. San Jose suddenly is dropping like a stone and out of the playoff race. The Columbus Blue Jackets with a 5-2 victory over the Seattle Kraken as Columbus pulls a couple of points ahead of the Islanders with that win. Boston and Detroit scoreless at the end of one. We will have the second period coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
Bob's a financial professional who's currently enjoying a win-win scenario, meeting with a valued client and enjoying a round of golf. But Bob's used to win-win scenarios because he works with Mass Mutual, who not only provides the freedom and flexibility to offer his clients products and solutions that meet their needs, they offer Bob the autonomy, compensation, and optional home office support that meet his. Win-win. Success for your clients and yourself. The feeling is Mass Mutual. Learn more at massmutual.com/wealthmanagement.
Hey everyone, Adney and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch the movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Who's watching your network when the threats come fast? Who detects, responds, and shuts attacks down day and night? Who powers advanced protection with Barracuda XDR before damage is done? Serving New England for 30 years. Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
Hey, it's Zoe. The football offseason is here, and that means it's time to revamp our team's roster. It's also time to revamp your technology and IT systems with Oakers Technologies. Oakers has a history of shaping the future. For over 100 years, they made their clients future-ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the skill to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Visit okers.com.
Big on flavor, big on comfort, and big on value. The 99 Restaurant's $14.99 Big Deal meals are now available every day, all day. So hurry in today or every day for our juicy chopped sirloin. You gotta love the nines.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Red Wings play a scoreless first period, joined downstairs by Sean Corrali. Sean, first let me ask you about your line getting a chance to start in this game, very important game. How much do you guys take that to heart to try and set the tone on the first shift of the game?
Well, it's a big deal. I mean, first off, you just want to do the simple things. You want to get the puck, off the face-off and get it behind them and just play hard and show that we're ready to go and, set a tone of physicality and try and set an example for how we want to get the puck behind their D all night.
You guys have had to try and kill off 2 power plays so far in this one. On the penalty kill, what do you have to be most aware of against Detroit?
Well, I thought we did everything pretty well. We're just not getting out clean. I think we're kind of eliminating a lot of the dangerous things. Then we're getting the puck, and we're just not sharing it very well on our cooperative clears can be better. So we'll just talk. We'll talk through it, and that's what we'll look to clean up, shorthanded the rest of the game.
Overall, what do you think of your first 20 minutes?
I think we wanted to get behind them, but maybe not as much as we did. I'd like us to see us get the puck behind their D. We think we're our best when we're playing below their goal line, below the top of the circles on their end, and kind of working as a unit of 5 all over the ice, D zone especially.
Thanks for the time. Good luck in the second.
You bet. Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks for Sean Corrali. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. We get the second period underway. 57 seconds of power play time remaining here for Detroit. And Kastelic going to bring the Bruins shorthanded here forward, and from the right circle, a shot that deflects off of Gibson and out of play to get things started.
Yeah, still some work to do on this PK. They got... I don't know if lucky's the right word. We're fortunate at the end of that first period. Clear that the puck was not in the net when the clock went to 0, but very close.
If there were another 0.1 or 2 seconds on the clock, it would have counted.
And it was Comfer that, you said the initial shot got blocked by Janot, and then Comfer took a whack at it, and the rebound popped in the air, and it was the second chance for Comfer.
Sider will turn it out from behind the Detroit net. Red Wings moving from left to right here in this second period. 27 seconds left on the penalty to Casey Middlestat. Kane chips it off the left wing boards and plays it around behind the net. Rinkett kept it moving. Raymond gets it back down deep. Back to Kane on that left wing side. Gives it back up top for Sider. Onto the right side for Raymond. Walks it down toward the hash marks. Angles it back towards Sider. Steps into a drive and hit the crossbar.
Another post.
Kane on the far boards has it taken away by Elias Lindholm. Outlet comes to Husnudinov. Power play comes to an end. Husnudinov right circle fanned on a shot attempt against Sider.
Had McAvoy coming late. There was a good back check there that time by DeBrincat, but might have been able to cut to the middle as McAvoy could have run a little screen for you. Driving hard to the middle, to the net.
The Bruins 2 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight. Minute 20 gone here in the second period. We are still scoreless. Puck angled into the Bruins zone and tracked down by Marco Kasper.
2 for 2, and a pretty good post there by Sider.
Falk gives over to the far side. Each team hit a post in that first period. Puck will come deep. Peak takes his man out behind the net around the near side boards. It comes to Falk. Geeky trying to run him off of the puck. Jumped up and Falk able to bat it down. Played back in deep again. Peak gets a body in front of Comfer in back there, and Fraser Minton from the far circle will send it out into neutral ice. Geeky hits Zadorov cutting out across his own blue line. Brings to the Detroit line. Deflected pass. Bounces down on that far side. Swatted at by Zadorov. And the Red Wings will take it back. Comfer played out to center ice. Hampus Lindholm denied that pass, but picked up and dumped in by Appleton. Raymond gives it for Mason Lohrei. Pass through the neutral zone, misses, and that'll be an icing here against Boston. 17:42 to play second period.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The face-off will be to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Each team 10 shots in the first period. Bruins had an 18-16 edge in attempts. Each team with an early shot on goal here in the second. Sider walks it off the far wall out to the center of the blue line. Arvidsson blocked it into the near corner, and it's cleared up ice here by Lohrei. Arvidsson trying to move it through Sider near the red line. Bounced instead to Middlestat. He will lift it deep. Edvinsson circles behind his net. Zaka able to knock him off the puck. Arvidsson turns and fires from the near circle, and Gibson was there. Here's Zaka getting it back from Middlestat. Near circle gives it to Hampus Lindholm. Kicked off his skate.
He was coming down the boards, and that pass was over to his right, so it went off his right skate.
Iran over to the far side. Raymond comes across the Boston line. Gave it up and got it right back from Finney. Turning out toward the blue line, throws a shot up high on Swayman, deflected up into the air, and a penalty coming up.
Yeah, on Zaka, I believe.
With that puck in the air, Finney got knocked down and may have caught a high stick, it looks like.
No, it's not Zacha. It's Lindholm.
So third penalty of the night for the Bruins.
Boston penalty, number 27, 2-minute minor, by sticking.
The puck was in the air, and Lindholm got his stick up on Finney. Actually got his shield, but definitely got it up on him when that puck was popped up in the air. So, I mean, 3 penalties for him. 2 of them definitely deserved. And he's still just under 17 minutes here in the second period. They're already post away from being down in this game.
That squirts out of the zone right off of the face-off, so the Red Wings will start from their own end. Seider leaves it for Kane.
That's the last power play they had. Seider's the one who hit the crossbar, I guess it was.
Through the red line and across the blue. Pass off the skate of DeBrincat, kept alive. Kopp fires it down toward the near corner. Off the near wall by Kane, back to Seider. Work it over to the far side for Raymond. Seider, center blue line. Top of the right circle, Kane sends it right to the front of the net for Kopp, and they score. Kopp, with his back to Swayman, fed it across for Lucas Raymond, who one times it home. Detroit with a power play goal, grabs the lead.
Well, the strong side defenseman for the Bruins is protecting against the pass into the bumper for the quick one-timer. So the weak side defenseman has to make sure that that puck does not get through. And McAvoy frustrated with himself because that pass got through and it went in between his skate and his stick. And there's no chance for Swayman on this. He's got to respect Kopp maybe trying to jam this puck home short side. So you depend on your defenseman or maybe your weak side forward to take that pass away. They're unable to get to it, and Raymond makes them pay.
22nd of the season for Lucas Raymond. 6 of them have come on the power play. His 4th 20-plus goal season of his career as the puck angles in off the corner boards toward the side of Gibson's net. Red Wings.
It would have been icing. Gibson had to play that, though, because of the way it came off the boards.
Red Wings trying to clear the zone and will. Falk to center ice. Knocked back into the Detroit zone by Peak. And that'll be an icing, however. So bring the faceoff back down into Boston territory. So Andrew Kopp comes back into the lineup on Thursday after missing 3 games with an injury. Scored in that game and now assists on the first goal of the night here. Kane will get the other assist on that goal at 3:35.
Well, you know, they're going to push him down from the top down. The pass is going to go to the goal line, and is that, you know, like I said, strong side defenseman take away the quick one-time pass to the bumper, and the weak side defenseman take away the goal mouth pass. And Charlie, you know, he knew it right away.
Up along the near side boards, Perron to Finney, and down toward the end boards. Aspero will bring back toward the near side, lofted out into center ice, settled down by Falk. Back toward the red line and a dump in by Sherratt. Rims all the way around to the near side. Aspero reversed it, picked off by Finney along the end boards. Loose puck near the side of the net. And it'll be sent ahead for Pasternak. Now Minton carries across the Detroit line. Dropped it off for Hustadinov. And a penalty coming here against the Red Wings. Falk touches it up. Pasternak gets tangled in the far corner with Perron. Everyone will gather in, but Boston will go to the power play here with 15:25 to go in the second.
Yeah, good speed through the neutral zone that time by the Bruins. You know, Minton cutting from right to left. Pasternak trying to fight off a check. It'll be an interference call.
David Perron.
I think that was on Pasternak trying to get up the ice to make that a 3-on-2.
David Perron's 4th game in a Detroit uniform after coming over at the deadline from Ottawa for a 4th-round pick. We'll watch for a bit here, see if the Bruins can, their first power play in the first period, looked pretty good. If they can keep that going here. Off the face-off, puck comes behind the net. Seider will bring it toward the near side circle and send it all the way down the ice. And that one actually sails all the way over the glass in that behind Jeremy Swayman.
It will be a penalty.
It is. Seider from the defensive zone shot it out of play.
53, minor penalty delay again.
It went over the end glass behind Jeremy Swayman, who immediately pointed to the referee, and Bruins are going to get a two-man advantage out of this for 1:53.
They went over to have a little meeting in front of the Bruins bench. I didn't know if they might call a timeout here to talk about this 5-on-3, but they will not. Referee's going over to getting them into the zone for the face-off here.
So down one, massive opportunity here for Boston.
No argument from Sider on that. Try to do the right thing and fuck sails on you sometimes.
Face off won by Elias Lindholm, but comes all the
Split
way out
everybody.
of the zone. Yeah.
1-2 cleanly.
Swayman will hand it off for Charlie McAvoy. Bruins moving from right to left. McAvoy deals to his left for Zacha. Cuts in across the line. Pasternak back to McAvoy. Gives over to his right to Geekie. Back to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Left circle Pasternak. To McAvoy. Back to Pasta. One-timer scores! Pasta blasts home the power play goal, and we are tied at 1.
Bomb. Bomb. He hammers this one.
Of the season for Pasta. And the Bruins still have 1:23 left on the now 5-on-4 power play. They turn it over in the neutral zone here, and Sherratt will dump it back in.
Short coming hard on this penalty kill.
Zacha will turn up ice from the near circle. Left wing pass to Geekie. He's going to carry in across the line. Swings it off the near board. Zacha picks it up. Turning back out toward the blue line. Now plays it off the wall. Elias Lindholm to Geekie. And they get set up. Into the near corner. Ricocheted away from Pasternak. Sherratt behind the net. Elias Lindholm. Now Zacha getting a stick in there. Pasta keeps it loose. Got it in front. Geekie. Backhander. Didn't have a lot of steam on it. Gibson kicked that away, and the Red Wings will clear. 43 seconds left on the Sider penalty. 6 minutes gone, second period, tie game. McAvoy to Minton, coming out of the zone. Crisscrosses with Arvidsson. Arvidsson will carry the puck in. Johansson stumbled a bit. Edvinsson, though, able to win it. Played it around the far boards, and Lorai gets over there to keep alive at the blue line. Walks it to the center. Pass into the far circle. Middlestat trying to get it in front. It was blocked. Comes back to him. Turns away from Kopp. Backhands onto Arvidsson. Minton right in front, turning to his forehand. Couldn't get off a shot before he got knocked down.
Yeah, it was well played that time in front of the net. Was that Evanson?
Here's Pasternak in front. Tip just wide off of Arvidsson. Lorai at the blue line has it get under his stick and out.
Puck might have caught a piece of the crossbar after that tip.
Razor Minton as the Red Wings get back to full strength. Minton from the red line to the blue.
Minton's flying today.
Middlestat crossing. Arvidsson a drive, and that one goes wide on the far side. Middlestat in that corner over there. Kopp able to play it toward the middle, and it'll be Kane from the near circle. 12:50 to go here in the second. Kane through the neutral zone to the Brinket. Checked by Pete. Corrali takes the body. Zadorov out of the far corner. Will bank it off the boards and out toward center ice. Dumped right back in by Sherratt. Zadorov up the near side. Pastelik trying to keep it moving forward and does against Bernard Docker. Jeannot gets it in the zone. Sherratt will be chased behind the net by Corrali. Loose puck out near the blue line, and Jeannot couldn't quite keep that in the zone. Bernard Docker falls down but gets the puck over to Sherratt far side. Quick up forward to Brinket, but he lost it coming into the Bruins zone, and Corrali brings back. Jeannot just in across the line. Deflected up over the net. Pastelik, far side circle. Able to rim it back around near side. Aspero's going to pinch down toward the corner. Takes the hit, but gets the puck deep for Jeannot. And Sherratt in a one-on-one battle. Have to come to Kane around the far boards, and McAvoy there to keep alive. Get back down deep. And Bernard Docker lost his footing again behind the net. Geekie threw it out in front. Came to Reichel to the far circle, and Corrali from in tight with the shot.
Tired group out there for the Red Wings. The Bruins just made a quick line change.
Aspero over to McAvoy. Blocked by DeBrincat. Corrali in the far corner behind the net to Reichel. Pushed it along the wall. Geekie back down low. Reichel going back behind again. Into the far corner with possession. Referee got in the way over there. Reichel and Sherratt. Bruins get possession back, and Geekie fires a one-timer wide from the right circle.
Not the shot that they wanted.
And it goes all the way back down the other end. Ricocheted out of the corner off the missed shot.
Full line change for the Red Wings there.
11:06 to go here in the period. Here's Perron in the neutral zone, stepping into the Boston zone, and around the wall it goes. Raymond waiting for it. Geekie and Aspero converge on him. Aspero gives to Geekie. Crossing to the far side, just outside the line. McAvoy able to keep Edvinson from getting it deep. Bruins will get it into the Detroit zone and head for a change. Duran coming back toward the red line. Fires it deep, and that one will go over the glass and out of play. We'll take a timeout with 10:39 to go here in the second period. Bruins and Red Wings, even at a goal apiece, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The game is on. The crew's here. And the snack spread from Big Y? Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Wings that sauce the competition. Platters that get major play. And tossed pizzas for the whole team. And that impressive 30-inch super sub. Shout out to the experts at Big Y for the assist. Are they cheering for the game or for your snacks? My question exactly, sports fans. Big Y. Nicely done.
This is Jeffrey Glassman of Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, we fight big insurance companies to make sure you get the money you deserve. Call 617-777-7777 or visit gottagetglassman.com.
March is Problem Gambling Awareness Month. If gambling makes you or someone you love feel depressed, anxious, or ashamed, maybe it's time to get help. Call the Massachusetts Problem Gambling Helpline at 800-327-5050.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
David Pasternak's power play goal set up by Charlie McAvoy and Morgan Geekie at 5:07 has this game tied. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
First power play goal for David Pasternak since January 15th.
Wow.
I mean, there was an Olympic break in there, too.
Yeah.
Over 2 months.
It's his 10th of the season.
Shows you how cold the power play had gone, though.
Right. Pasta extending his point streak to 9 straight, 6 goals and 7 assists in that span. There's Pasternak getting it to Minton, kicked it deep, and he'll get in behind Edvinson as they come to the near corner. Pasternak and Comfort collide as well. Out near the blue line, kept in by Lorai, but kicked back out by Sider. Husnudinov, he was trying to time it coming across the blue line as Pasta was coming out, but it winds up offside.
The other half to that Pasternak goal is it's his 132nd power play goal. Puts him now 4th all-time in Bruins history. Just passed Patrice Bergeron with that one.
He's now 3 back of Brad Marchand for 4th all-time on the goal-scoring list in Bruins history as well. 419th of his career. Face-off win by Minton. Aspero to Pasternak. Fencing at the blue line. Forced back. Aspero will play toward the near side. Deflected pass comes to Husnudinov. Pasternak trying to get it in the zone, but he held up against Sider near side. McAvoy will try far side. Skates into the zone and rims it around near side. Sider reversed it back for Edvinson. To the far side. Took it away off of McAvoy. Kane tried to go the other way in a hurry and overskated it. Loose puck in the neutral ice. Sider will skate onto it. To Kane coming down the middle. Had trouble handling it, and Husnudinov will push back the other way. Runs out of steam coming through the neutral zone. Sider's back in his own end with 9:40 to go here in the second. Comfort gives to Kane coming down the right wing circle. Kane backhanded in front. Swayman knocked it away, and then Edvinson turned the rebound onto him, and Swayman made that stop.
That was poorly covered by the Bruins. Breakdown. Bad breakdown defensively.
Saka sends a head man pass to Arvidsson. Brings in across the Detroit line. His shot attempt blocked by Sherratt. Goes up over the glass in the far corner, out of play. Timeout, 9:17 left, second period. Bruins 1, Red Wings 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The
Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
9:17 to play, second period. Bruins and Red Wings tied at 1. Bruins fans in Mass and Rhode Island, show your black and gold pride with an official Boston Bruins license plate. Proceeds support local youth hockey programs. Learn more and register today at bostonbruins.com/license plates. Face off inside the offensive zone here for Pavel Zacha.
News from Hockey East there, right?
The Merrimack College Warriors are Hockey East champions. The 8th seed, defeating UConn tonight 2-1 at TD Garden. Congratulations to Coach Scott Borick and the Warriors. Came out of nowhere in this postseason. Here's Raymond getting into the attack zone for Detroit. Gives to Perron. On that far side. Walk toward the middle here by Raymond. Shot got blocked in the slot. Kicks back on toward the near side. Raymond will push it down the wall. Into the corner. Perron took a hit along the near side boards. Peak. And Raymond back behind the net. Peak blocked the centering pass. Raymond takes it around toward that far side. Off the wall, back to Sherratt. One-timer missed the net. Near side boards, it's Falk coming down toward the corner. Perron in front, banging away a couple of times at it. Swayman made the saves, and it's cleared away by...
Again, the Red Wings outnumber the Bruins around the front of the net there again.
Arvidsson picks one off from Finney at center ice. He'll chip it down the left wing boards. Falk chased down low here by Middlestat. Now Finney in the near corner, pressured by Corrali. Raymond tried to turn back behind the net, ran right into Corrali. Kastelik centered, but the only man there was Falk, and he'll lob it out of the zone. 8:05 to go here in the second period. Jeannot brings in across the line. Stops along the near side boards. Gets it back to Hampus. Lindholm shot. Kastelik in front for the rebound. And forced off into the corner.
Jeannot got a nice little pick there from Corrali coming over the blue line to be able to make that play. Big hit by Kastelik.
Bernard Docker took that one behind the net.
He got his skates fixed, but now he's going to have to get the helmet fixed.
It stumbled a couple of times in his own zone. Jeannot wins a battle from him now. Here's Corrali near circle. Shot just missed. And it gets through Lohrei at the blue line. He'll have to chase back. Coming through his own zone. Pass to the red line. Corrali sends it forward. Are they going to whistle that an icing?
Icing.
Corrali questioning. He was right at the red line. That's a pretty tight call. Bring the faceoff back into the Bruins zone here.
Good chance for Kastelik. After throwing a big hit, he gets the opportunity. Yeah, don't watch your pass. Bernard Docker watched his pass. That's a tough icing call. And that line's been out there a little while. They were going to go for a change.
Face-off win here by Detroit. Edmondson with a shot that goes wide. Ricocheted off the backboards and back out in front. And Appleton is denied by Swayman.
Stick, Corrali, he's going off the ice.
Puck locked up in the far corner. Jeannot able to keep it tangled there while Elias Lindholm comes on for Corrali.
Lindholm's the only one fresh out there. Everybody else has been out there a little while.
Puck in the far circle. Lindholm will lift it up and out of the zone. That'll give Renault a chance to get off.
Or Geeky was able to get out there, too.
Close to a minute and a half into that shift. Lori will get to the bench. Campus Lindholm knocked it away from Appleton. Pass up the far side. Reichel at the Detroit line. Couldn't quite get it. 6:40 to play here in the period. Appleton coming toward the red line, stops short. Gives it back for Sider inside the Detroit zone. Edvinson back to Sider. And a dump in down the right wing boards all the way around to the far side. McAvoy reversed it to Aspero. Lost it to Comfer coming into the near corner. And now Falk at the right point for the shot. Knocked down off Swayman. Rebound was there. And Swayman made the stop on that second effort by DeBrincat before he covered the puck.
Swayman would like to have that one back because that's a wrist shot from the point that he saw coming in. And it bounced off his chest. It got away from him a little bit. It gave DeBrincat the opportunity. Fans Wellpoint is proud to honor our hometown heroes again this season and recognize the incredible people making a difference in their communities. Know someone who deserves to be honored? Nominate them at 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Pasternak, but knocked off his stick right back towards Swayman, who covers up. And there'll be another face-off down his end here. Bruins head back home after this one. Tuesday night, they'll welcome in the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then to Buffalo for a back-to-back on Wednesday. There's 2 more days off after that, and Minnesota Wild in town next Saturday.
And Columbus Sunday.
Yeah.
1 of 2 left against the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Puck rimmed around behind Swayman. Comfer near circle to DeBrincat. One times it, and it deflects up and out of play.
The defensive zone for the Bruins has been a little off here. Offensively, they've been able to create, but the defensive zone, they've had some miscues defensively on coverage.
Minton and Comfer on the face-off, near circle down to our right. Red Wings control this one. Kane will send it toward the back of the net. Aspero gets in there first. Pasternak from the far boards. Pass comes off of McAvoy on to Minton coming through neutral ice. Minton down the right wing circle. Wheels along the far boards. Backhands on to Pasternak. Pasta goes around behind the net. Centers McAvoy point blank, and it got blocked in front.
I don't know if it hit Husendinov or Falk, but they were both there. What a setup from Pasternak.
Here's DeBrincat kicking it across the Boston line. Kane down the right circle. Goes around behind the net. Slams on the brakes in the far corner. Chased back behind the net by McAvoy. And a chance in front by Finney as the blocker saved by Swayman. Kane, top of the right circle. To Bernard Docker. Out of the point. He'll play it down deep. Rounded away from Finney. He and Bernard Docker run into each other in pursuit. But the Red Wings will keep it loose. And Finney right circle again. Swayman makes the blocker save. All the way out toward the blue line. Here comes Raymond down the right circle. Centered, hit a skate. Kick back to Bernard Docker. A shot tipped by Finney and wide. Perron shoved by McAvoy in the far corner. We're inside of 5 minutes to go here in the second of a tie game. Puck flipped back toward the blue line. Johansson carrying it across the ice toward the near side circle with Husnedinov in tow. Johansson turns back to his forehand, brings all the way back out to the center of the blue line. Bernard Docker pushed it down the wall. Raymond turns away from Pasternak, brings to the top of the circle, top of the slot. Shot got through. Swayman blocker save.
Bruins are exhausted and
they'll get a
chasing
clear
right
here.
now.
Minton will chip it up the right side, and they will get to the bench.
A lot of battles going on in front of the net, and the coverage from the Bruins here in the second half of this period is defensive zone coverage has been lacking. They've struggled a little bit.
Bumped around the boards inside the Bruins zone. Peek at the back of the net. Battling with Kopp and now Casper. Puck comes free to Arvidsson. Lifted out toward the blue line. It's gloved down by Appleton, but his momentum carried him back out into the neutral zone. Edvinson plays up the middle. Kopp redirects that deep wide of Swayman. Zadorov to Middlestat and tosses one out into neutral ice. Arvidsson trying to tip it forward, but Edvinson cut it off. Kopp off his skate, picks it up in front of the Detroit bench. Angled across the ice, Zadorov gets it away from Appleton, out towards center ice. Arvidsson goes back, peek to the red line, and dumps in. Sider, near side corner, challenged by Zaka. Middlestat gets involved as well. Zaka was trying to get it back to the point, but it hit a skate. Appleton will play it across toward the far side. Kopp, and Detroit will go for a change as Kopp chips in. Comes in on the forecheck. Campus Lindholm around the near side to Middlestat, Zaka, and now Arvidsson in the neutral ice. Trying to drive it in, and he'll go to the bench. As 3 minutes remaining here in the second period, we remain tied. Falk to the red line, dumps it in. Lorod gets crunched in the far corner by Dries. Broke his stick on that. Bruins, though, get possession, get the puck out of the zone. And Lorod will get to the bench for a replacement here. Zadorov jumps on. All the way around the far side, boards and out. Zadorov comes back toward Jeremy Swayman. Throws a pass all the way to center ice for Jeannot. Cutting to the right wing side. Gains entry. Down the right circle against Sherratt. Goes down awkwardly into the area behind the net. But gets back up, still able to play it.
Good hit though by Sherratt.
Ended up going skates first into the wall, but looks to be all right. Bruins changing here once again. As puck trickles in toward Gibson. He hands for Falk, but Elias Lindholm put a shoulder into him, won that puck back. Reichel tried to center. That was blocked. Far side wall, Elias Lindholm turns, fires. Gibson kicks that one out with the right pad. Geeky backhands all the way around to the far side. Elias will play it back around the boards.
Ordering and next day delivery, making them the go-to play for everyone keeping arenas game day ready. Call, click, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact, America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact, I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY industry reported total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. At WellPoint, we're proud to once again partner with 98.5 The Sports Hub for the Hometown Heroes program, shining a light on the individuals who selflessly serve and support our communities across Massachusetts. These everyday heroes deserve to be recognized for the impact they make, both big and small. Help us celebrate them by nominating a hometown hero today at 985thesportshub.com/heroes.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities, up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Fans, rally your group to experience the action of a Bruins game at TD Garden with friends, family, colleagues, or clients. Whether it's an Original Six showdown, division rivalry, or one of our exciting theme nights, there's no better way to catch the game than together as a group. Visit bostonbruins.com/groups to learn more. Tied at 1 here in Detroit, minute 29 to go in the second period. Face-off coming just outside the Boston blue line here. Update from Montreal. Canadiens now up 6-3 on the Islanders with 5.5 minutes to go in that one.
Islanders who fell out of a playoff spot the other day with Columbus winning.
And off the face-off, Pasternak will play back into the zone. Bruins, Detroit, both come into the night tied in points with Montreal. So the Canadiens are going to, at least for the moment, pull 2 points ahead of both teams, but that will be to be determined later tonight in this one. As Pasternak gets in across the Detroit line, puts a shoulder into Sider, got it to Minton, high slot, over to McAvoy, drags it toward the slot around Edmondson, but Raymond was there.
But Raymond took it away from him.
Far corner, Minton turns out, gives it back to Aspero, over to McAvoy, one-timer, and a glove stop by Gibson, hangs on.
I don't think we're going to see it today, but we were talking about it off the air a little while ago that 35 years ago today, Ron Tugnut stopped 73 shots, including He didn't. 73 shots on goal. It was a 3-3 tie with the Quebec Nordiques. Ray Bourque had 19 of the 73 shots.
And you had one.
I did have one. There's only one guy that didn't have one. He shall go unnamed right now.
Forever known as the Ron Tugnut game. The face-off
35 years ago.
Chipped out into neutral ice here. Kopp going to hand off for Casper coming across the Boston line. Shot turned away with a blocker by Swayman. 40 seconds to go here in the period. Lohrei and Casper behind the net, working their way toward the far corner. Casper tried to cut back, then ran into Zacha. Lohrei shovels it along the boards. Arvidsson gets it into the middle. Hampus Lindholm through center ice and floats one down in the right wing corner. Lohrei going to get in after it against Sherratt. Around the far boards, it got past Kopp. Zacha back in the neutral zone. Hampus on to the near side for Arvidsson. Wrestled to the boards by Falk along the near side. Hampus will play it over to Elias Lindholm. Final 6 seconds of the period. Middlestat, top of the circle, turns and fires over the outstretched glove of Gibson. And that is the way the second period will end. So each team gets on the board once in that second period. Goal by Lucas Raymond for Detroit and by David Pastrnak for the Bruins. And we are tied at 1 through 40 minutes. 2 huge points on the line. We'll talk more about what we've seen so far when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Check out the rugged Honda Pilot, Ridgeline, CR-V, and Passport, all from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.49% APR on a 2026 Pilot, a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport or 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Electrical contractors, your crews have better things to do than sit in their trucks and name cloud formations. Let Granite City Electric Supply get your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery to your job site by 6 a.m. or pick up your materials with 24/7 access at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations. Let's face it, knowing your supplies will arrive at 2 p.m. doesn't help you in the morning. Experience the GCE Night Train difference from Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. There's something about Bruins hockey, toughness, tradition, and pride that runs deep in New England. That same mindset is how Catches Law Group was built for over 40 years. We've been this region's hometown law firm, fighting for our neighbors and recovering over $3 billion for the people who count on us. We are real trial lawyers who deliver real results. Because when the pressure's on, you need a team built to battle. Visit catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
NHL fans, get yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
McAvoy deals to his left for Zacha. Cuts in across the line. Pastrnak back to McAvoy. Gives over to his right to Geeky. Back to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Left circle, Pastrnak. To McAvoy. Back to Pasta. One-timer, scores! Costa blasts home the power play goal, and we are tied at 1. And that is where we are after 2 periods here in Detroit. Bruins and Red Wings even at a goal apiece. Power play goals for each side. Lucas Raymond and David Pastrnak, both in the first 5:07 of that second period. And even game. Bruins, though, got some things to clean up defensively.
Leaky. And the Red Wings were able to exploit them, in the Bruins defensive zone. They were too many good opportunities. Think back to that shift that Winnipeg had where they probably had 5 grade A chances. That was all in one shift. Right. They cleaned it up before and after that. But that's the way the second half of this period went. And it seemed like, the Bruins were creating chances for themselves as well. They didn't. When they've gotten the puck behind the D and gotten in there on that forecheck, they've been able to separate guys. They got a couple guys that are struggling a little bit on that defensive side of things and have turned over a couple of pucks. And the Bruins have been, have been pouncing on them. But the other end of the ice for the Bruins needs to be cleaned up. First period was pretty good. Second period, not so much. There were too many guys puck watching, right? And you're not identifying, where your man is. If they're going to play that hybrid system or man-to-man, and you've got to identify. You can't have 3 guys watching the puck while you're leaving 2 people alone in front of the net. Swayman had to block 1 pass himself. He had to make probably 4 or 5 saves off of grade A chances in that period. So that's an area that they need to clean up here in the third period.
Bruins power play comes through on a 5-on-3 in that second period. The back-to-back penalties. Perron had gone off for interference, and then Mo Seider clearing the puck, cleared it all the way down the ice and over the glass. Took a delay of game penalty and gave the Bruins a 2-man advantage, and they cash in. And good to see that first unit get one on the goal by Pastrnak.
Yeah, and Geekie gets his second assist in 2 games. He hasn't gotten the scoring chances that I'd like to see him get, but he shot 1 wide. He had a good scoring chance earlier, shot 1 wide, but he gets an assist. That's a couple helpers in 2 games, trying to get back on track a little bit here. Great shot from Pastrnak. The puck was up on edge a little bit, and I give Elias Lindholm credit. Elias Lindholm's played well today.
I thought so too.
He's separated guys from pucks. He's won his battles. He's done a good job penalty killing. He had the screen on Gibson. So the initial screen, by the time Pasternak's shooting the puck, it's a clear line for Pastrnak to Gibson. But when McAvoy has it at the top, if Lindholm's not there, Gibson can follow that puck. He knows where it's going.
Right.
So he can't see past, you can see he's delayed by just a fraction of a second to get over there, and Pastrnak beats him short side. So, I think he's done a lot of good things here in this game. He doesn't get a point on the play or anything, but I think he's done a lot of good things here in this game, and that's a step in the right direction for him.
You mentioned it earlier as well. Fraser Minton is playing really well tonight.
He's playing. It's amazing. Not that he lacks confidence at all. You make a move early in a game, and all of a sudden you feel good about yourself. There's just days where your legs are going, and he made that great move on Falk in the first period. Fantastic save by Gibson with the glove as Minton went to the backhand. But even in the second period, he's got good wheels. He can separate from guys that are trying to chase him down. He can get going. He can get going 0 to 60 quickly. It doesn't take him a long time to get the legs revved up. He can get going quickly, and feeling it with the skating legs there anyhow today, and it's been noticeable.
So 1-1, 1 period to go.
Clean up defensively and work their D. It's the same game plan any game. Doesn't matter who you play. You don't want to get into a run and gun. Where do you have success? You have success playing. What did Sean Corrali tell you after the first period? You get the puck down below the tops of the circles. If you got to move it low to high, that's fine. But you have possession of it. Work their D. Win your battles. Get to the net. It sounds very basic. There's more to it than that, but that's the general look at it, and they're not a pretty team. It's as far as scoring pretty goals. It happens once in a while, especially if you've got Geekie going and Pastrnak going offensively. Then you can see some tic-tac-toe plays. That's not going to happen all the time. You got to meat and potatoes for them.
So much on the line in this game. I know 20 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Do we see the teams get a little conservative here in the third?
I just think that you're saying the same things, whether it's whether it's the Red Wings or not, you keep everything in front of you. Turnovers at the critical areas, third man high, no odd man rushes. Those are things you're saying anyhow in a 1-1 game going into the third period, but being reinforced even a little bit more probably here today.
We are tied at 1 after 2 here in Detroit. Time for our Music of the Game, brought to you by Live Nation. Celebrating two legends, John Fogerty and Steve Winwood's The Legacy Tour stops at Leaderbank Pavilion September 8th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We'll check the out-of-town scores next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
In Central Mass, everyone deserves a safe place to call home. Central Massachusetts Housing Alliance helps families stay housed through prevention and shelter services. Donate or learn more at cmhaonline.org. CMHA, the Housing Alliance, building hope, restoring dignity, creating opportunity.
Need a space shot? Rent one of our clean, dry, ground-level storage containers from Eagle Leasing today. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or check us out and get a quote at eagleleasing.com. I'm Brandon Eagle, and you see us everywhere. We're Eagle Leasing.
Electric bills keep climbing, and New England homeowners feel it every month, and that's why more people are turning to Devlin Energy, the region's trusted leader in solar installation and service. From brand new residential solar and backup battery systems to maintaining and repairing existing setups, Devlin does it all. They even handle commercial solar projects and whole home electrification, helping homeowners and businesses take control of rising energy costs and move toward true grid independence. Ready to get your electric bill in check? Call the pros at Devlin Energy. Take control of your power. Visit devlinenergy.com to get started.
Travel doesn't just show students the world, it reveals who they can become. For many students, the barrier isn't curiosity, but cost. Hi, this is Greg Bottenhorn, CMO of Jasby. We believe travel can change a student's life, and we're proud to partner with the Suddy Youth Foundation, helping students without the resources experience the world with their classmates. The Suddy Youth Foundation has impacted over 10,000 students and awarded $1.8 million in scholarships. If you're a teacher with a student who could benefit, or you'd like to donate, visit sytayouthfoundation.org, because all youth deserve the chance to see the world and their place in it.
The winter snow is melting fast and causing basements to take on water. Call Super Service today for a basement protection solution to keep your home safe and dry, guaranteed. Day or night and always done right. Call Super Service today. Stretched thin, under budget, and expected to do more with less? Who's monitoring your systems when your team's already maxed out? Who extends your IT team with managed services that actually scale? Serving New England for 30 years. Access, security, trust. Intrasystems.com.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification across the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Station.
Second intermission here in Detroit. Bruins and Red Wings are tied up at 1. We got to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. In a shootout, the Penguins 5-4 victory over the Winnipeg Jets. 4-1, Nashville takes down Vegas. 2-1, Minnesota Wild in overtime over the Dallas Stars. Buffalo keeps rolling, 4-1 win over the Los Angeles Kings. Philadelphia keeps winning, 4-1 over the San Jose Sharks. Columbus, 5-2 win over Seattle. Montreal, 7-3 now they lead the New York Islanders. That game late in the third period. Ottawa has a 5-2 lead over Toronto. Excuse me, that one just went final. Ottawa beating Toronto 5-2. And St. Louis, 3-1 winners over the Vancouver Canucks. Here in Detroit, Bruins and Red Wings tied up at 1. Third period action coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 49 years straight. Visit your New England Ford dealers today for great offers. A proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey, Enzo, the football offseason is here, and that means it's time to revamp our team's roster. It's also time to revamp your technology and IT systems with Oakers Technologies. Oakers has a history of shaping the future for over 100 years. They made their clients future-ready to meet their ever-evolving needs. They're a New England company that gets it, delivering the attention of a local team with the scale to be your single-source IT partner. From full IT infrastructure rebuilds to your everyday AV upgrades, Oakers Technologies makes it easy to be future-ready. Visit okers.com.
Tired of repainting your home every 5 years? I'm Matt.
I'm Pat, owners of Rhino Shield of New England.
Traditional paint just doesn't hold up to New England weather. Rhino Shield is a ceramic coating, a long-term alternative to paint.
It looks like paint, but it's proven to resist chipping and cracking, and it's so durable that we back every job with a 25-year warranty.
Learn why your neighbors are switching to Rhino Shield. Visit our website today and get 15% off New England's most durable paint.
Don't paint, don't vinyl,
go Rhino.
Do you know the signs of dehydration? Dark yellow urine. It should look like pale lemonade instead. Fatigue. Less coordination or concentration. Lower intensity level than usual. Lower performance than expected. Muscle fatigue or cramps. To help you stay hydrated, Mass General Brigham Health Plan has installed a hydration station in Boston's Seaport District, right on Seaport Common. Check it out and follow at MGB Health Plan on Instagram for more wellness tips.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law Group. If you've spent years working in construction, the wear and tear in your body can add up. And what many people don't realize is that those conditions may actually entitle you to compensation. At Catches Law, we've won more for construction workers than any other law firm in New England. We understand the work, we understand the injuries, and we know how to win. If your job is taking a toll on your body, it's time to find out your options. Visit catcheslaw.com for a free consultation today. There's no fee unless you win.
The Peterson School is now hiring for new instructors at all locations.
Hi, I'm Adam Norcott, an electrical instructor at the Peterson School. I've learned so much from my students and their experiences, and it's made me a better teacher, foreman, and electrician.
Visit petersonschool.com.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
And now high to center, he passed Bork. Glove save, Ducknut on Ray Bork. I don't believe it. Look at Bork, he's just laughing. He doesn't believe it himself. He saw the whole net buff. He just blasted that one, and Ducknut somehow come up with it. That may be his best of the 69 saves he's made. The 72nd shot for the Bruins. Ray Bork had it labeled, and Ducknut came up with it.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier tonight. This date in Bruins history taking us back to 35 years ago tonight at Boston Garden. Ron Tugnut of the Quebec Nordiques with 70 saves on 73 Bruins shots. Tugnut was encouraged after the game by Bruins Cam Neely to take a bow in front of the Boston fans, which he did, as he made those 70 saves on the road. And a 3-3 tie, as we mentioned. Raymond Bork, 19 shots on goal among the 73 that the Bruins took that night. A memorable game, this date in Bruins history. We head to the third period here in Detroit, tied at 1. Each team with a power play goal in the second period. After a scoreless first, Lucas Raymond's 22nd goal of the year from Andrew Kopp and Patrick Kane at 3:35 gave the Red Wings the lead. And then the Bruins with a 5-on-3 power play goal from David Pastrnak, his 28th, from Charlie McAvoy and Morgan Geekie at 5:07. That is all the scoring in this one so far. Shots in the second period, 11-10 in favor of Detroit. Two period totals, Red Wings 21, Bruins 20. The attempts are 38-37 in favor of the Bruins. It has been that even all night long.
Yeah, there was just a graphic up as well. They had zone time. It's been pretty even in that department as well. The top guys for Detroit have been getting some opportunities. The top six forwards, they had 13 shots on goal through the first couple of periods. And those are the guys that are creating for themselves in that offensive end. I think quality of chances might have leaned towards the Red Wings, especially in the second period. We've had a few posts. Sider hit a post in the second. There were two posts in the first, one for each team. And both goaltenders have been excellent.
So 20 minutes, maybe more, left to decide this one. Sean Corrali getting ready to take the opening face-off to start the third period. Bruins will be headed from left to right on offense in the final 20. Corrali opposed by Andrew Kopp. Everyone a little anxious. Corrali wins the draw, and we're underway. Off the near boards, Kastelic tipped it across the Detroit line, cleared right back out by Kopp. Casper at center ice, turns it across the Boston line, throws a shot in on Swayman, and then Swayman makes the rebound save on Kopp.
He a little backed off there. Gave him too much room coming into the zone.
Casper turning with it in the neutral zone, gives back to his own blue line. Sherratt angles off the near boards. Appleton throws a backhander through the slot. Kopp played it back off to the far side. Falk over to Sherratt. Winds, fires, saves Swayman. Long rebound near circle. Kopp throws it back in front. Ricocheted over to the far side. They'll get it back to Falk at the right point. In the corner, Kopp throws it in on goal. Save made. And then Appleton got knocked down in the slot.
He wanted a penalty. He got to stick out a little bit there, trying to get to that rebound.
Pushes the Bruins up the right wing side, plays it deep, and goes in after it. Rest of the team, rest of the line changing here is Aspero from the center of the blue line, shoots it down into the right wing corner.
Good defensive play by Kastelic to prevent him from getting to that puck, but he wanted a penalty for holding there.
Sherratt's going to get whistled for icing here for Detroit. So 1:04 gone in the third. Face off back inside the Detroit zone.
But it starts with backing up in your own zone and too much space, and then Sherratt is wide open from the left on the left point. Slow to identify who's going where in that D zone. And Sherratt pounds that puck, and there's a rebound there as well.
Face off to the right of John Gibson. It'll be Minton and Comfort. Red Wings control it. Falk slaps it in behind his own net. Sherratt around the near side boards, tipped ahead by DeBrincat. Aspero comes back ahead of Comfort. Over to the far side, Minton under pressure.
Yeah, tough play for Minton. He did it.
Got it out of the zone. Husnadina that had taken by DeBrincat. Bruins get onside as Minton takes one away just outside the blue line. Pasternak fires one toward the net, looking for a redirect from Husnadina. Instead, it'll be Kane. Tossed it back out toward center. Kicked off of Aspero. Minton will bring it back ahead, and Pasternak is offside as he tried to drag that back skate.
Yeah, Husnadina's had an interesting game. You know, he's had a couple pucks roll off his stick. He's had the speed and the energy, but the puck hasn't cooperated with him today on a couple of occasions.
Bruins will bring out the Zaka line here. Zaka and Emmett Finney on this face-off in the neutral zone. Hampus Lindholm backhands one into the right wing corner. Johansson sends it around to the far side. Raymond shoved by Hampus Lindholm. Puck ricocheted off the boards and out of the zone. Hampus back at his own blue line. To the right side here for Zaka. He'll bring back into the defensive end. Gorai gives it back to Zaka. Long pass ahead for Arvidsson. Off of Bernard Docker. Arvidsson gets it to Middlestat. On the right wing side here in the Detroit end. Around behind the net. Finney will peel it off the wall. Zaka forced him into the far corner. On to Raymond near the hash marks. Under pressure from Middlestat and Arvidsson. Arvidsson comes free with the puck. Off the wall to Hampus. And around behind the net, Bernard Docker takes a hit back there from Arvidsson, but clears it toward the near side circle. Perron able to spin away from Middlestat. Gets it out to the red line. Lorai quick up here for Arvidsson. Chopped off his stick by Bernard Docker as he comes into the zone. Hampus Lindholm back at his own blue line. Right wing pass for Elias Lindholm. Crosses toward the net. Knocked away by Gibson, but Reichel skates onto it. He's got it in front to Geekie, but he's held up by Kopp.
He's in his skates.
Geekie backhands around the near wall. Peak right back down low. Geekie coming back behind the net. They'll send it around the far side. Zadorov waiting for it. Fluttering puck took a while to get to him. Appleton able to jump in front of him. Elias Lindholm and Lucas Reichel both in that far corner here for Boston. Brought behind the net. Shot off the near boards for Casper. And Appleton will carry through the neutral zone. Dumps in on Swayman from the blue line. Off the rebound, Kopp played it back in behind the net. Casper and Zadorov collide. Casper able to hold his skates there.
Reverse hit. Good one.
Kopp out of the left corner. Pass through the slot. Knocked away by Geekie. It kicks all the way back down toward Gibson. Gives the Bruins a chance to change with 3.5 gone here in the third. Edvinsson carried back to the Boston line. But Lorai wouldn't let him gain entry. Jeannot at center ice. Hampus Lindholm plays off the far board. Jeannot takes a hit from Falk right in front of the Detroit bench. And the Red Wings have possession. Kane backing it up in his own zone. Sider gives it back to Kane. From the red line, right wing pass here for Comfort. Throws it in front off of Kane's skate as he was coming right down the slot. Going back out in front of Swayman. Steered away from there by Castellet. DeBrincat, top of the left circle, shoots and scores. Alex DeBrincat gives Detroit the lead with 15:54 to go.
Nice screen here by JT Comfort. Some moving screen. But I'll say it again because it needs repeating. DeBrincat's wide open. He's going to walk into this. Actually flutters a little bit off of the stick or body off of Castle. Castle coming out to contest the shot. And then flutters up. Laura and I were in a little battle in front of the net. I think this puck redirects and goes up and over the glove here of Swayman. But he gets to the top of the circle to Brinket, and he's dangerous shooting from wherever he is.
The team high 35th of the year for DeBrincat. Coming off back-to-back 3-point games. 2 assists in their win over Montreal on Thursday. It's involved in all 3 of their goals. Brought out into neutral ice here. Aspero at his own blue line off the near boards. Picked off. And Perron gets it just inside the Boston line where he loses possession. Kadinov got pumped off it just outside the Bruins zone, but it comes back in offside here against Detroit. The Bruins trailing for the second time in this one. 15:27 to go. 2-1 Detroit.
Talk about a few guys that thought that they should have been on that U.S. Olympic team. DeBrincat's one of them. He was outspoken about it, too. Felt that he had a legit chance.
Face off just outside the Boston blue line here. Newton wins that from Finney. Aspero to McAvoy, near side boards at the red line. Pasternak pushed it up ice. Kuznetsov chasing Sider in behind the net. Gives it around to the far side, and Raymond tossed it back toward the Bruins blue line. McAvoy keeping it away from Perron. Aspero tried to play it near side, knocked down by Finney, knocked off of his stick, and he's looking for a slash.
For what?
I don't know. I guess.
You're allowed to whack the stick a little bit, you know, the shaft of the stick, as long as it's not on the hands.
Middlestat brings in across the line and shoots one over Gibson. Johansson pushed back toward the red line, but then runs into Zaka. Perron coming back across his own blue line. Middlestat forced a turnover. It comes to Pete. Zadorov will skate it down the left wing side. Now to center. Instead kicked back out to the blue line. Arvidsson fires, and Kopp kicked that away in front of his goaltender. Off the near boards. It'll angle all the way down the ice. Swayman will play it away from the side of his net. All the way out to the neutral zone. Arvidsson, right side for Pete. Carries just inside the zone. Middlestat throws a backhander that sails on him and goes up and out of play over the glass.
And score a hat trick with Avidia free checking. Get your paycheck up to 2 days early. Enjoy free ATMs through the Sum and All Point networks and no minimum balance or monthly fees. Visit avidiabank.com for details. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Bruins will have a face-off in the attack zone here with 14:15 to go in the third. Elias Lindholm will come out to take that with Geekie and Reichel, McAvoy and Hampus Lindholm as the deep pair. Elias Lindholm against Comfer on the draw. Elias wins the face-off. Hampus sends it across to Elias on that far side. Tried to turn and fire. It was blocked, and then Bruins will lose it out of the zone.
That's the first time we saw that play. It was here in this building, and that was this. Elias Lindholm had the one-timer, was stopped, and then the Red Wings came back down and scored.
Rott rimmed it around the far side, kept in by Hampus, but now volleyed back out. And it'll be a hand pass here against Detroit. Take Take a timeout here with 13:52 to go in this third period. Detroit has pulled ahead 2-1 the score here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Is your stone foundation in need of repair or waterproofing? Call Dunright Services. We use proven old-school methods to repoint and waterproof stone foundations for lasting results. With over 30 years of experience, you'll have peace of mind knowing it was done right the first time. Visit stonefoundationrepair.com and schedule today. Servicing Mass and New Hampshire.
Get to Parmekian Jewelers' wedding band event going on now. It's the largest selection of wedding bands, and they're all on sale at the absolute best prices. Do not miss this chance to save. That's Parmekian Jewelers, Boston, Framingham, and Nashua, also at parmekian.com.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up. Partner with one of the most trusted, independently owned lumberyards and showrooms around, Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. Visit CCL's newly renovated kitchen showroom and get inspired as soon as you walk through the door. Explore the latest trends from the most reliable kitchen cabinet manufacturers in the industry. Check out dozens of color combinations and popular styles in our refreshed showroom in Abington. Visit us online at cclco.com or in person at CCL Homescapes in Abington. CCL, 100% employee-owned and operated.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power. The wait is over and spring is here. We've got awesome deals on Wright mowers, Walker mowers, Kubota tractors, and the full line of Steel and Husqvarna hand tools and equipment for every project you've been planning since winter. Plus, once you've stocked up, you can load it all on your Max D trailer and wheel it away with ease. So come start your spring cleaning with us at Norfolk Power. Text or call 508-384-0011. That's 508-384-0011. Norfolk Power since 1975.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Gear up with the latest black and gold apparel at the Pro Shop, powered by 47. From hoodies to hats and more, there's something for every Bruins fan. Shop at the Hub on Causeway or online at bostonproshop.com. 13:52 remaining in regulation. Detroit with a 2-1 lead. Alex DeBrincat's 35th of the season from Mo Sider at 4:06. Of this third period is the difference right now. Face off at center ice to resume things. Elias Lindholm wins that, and Mason Lohrei will dump in from the red line. Gibson slowed it up behind the net, and Falk brings it back around the near side. Out to the blue line, Lohrei able to keep it in. Geekie got it across. Over to the far circle, score! Elias Lindholm was all by himself, and he ties the game at 2.
Well, terrific keeping, first of all, by Mason Lohrei. Remember, he's playing the right side, left shot. He's able to keep this in with his skate and then make a quick little move and get it down to Geekie, just probably 5 feet away. He keeps the puck in initially. And with two Red Wings going to him, he's able to get this puck to Geekie, and then Geekie fires this pass across to Elias Lindholm. I thought he would one-time it, but he does not. He actually stops it, goes a little bit deeper from the dot. He starts at the dot, goes a little bit deeper, and Gibson looking up to the rafters because he felt he should have had that. It went 5-hole on him.
So Elias Lindholm, who was out at a point in 7 games, gets a huge goal here, his 13th of the season, and that's a pair of assists tonight for Geekie. McAvoy able to direct it into the Detroit zone, goes around behind the net, still on his stick, centered for Minton, knocked away from him, reaching forward to the blue line to keep in. Aspero will carry it back down the near side wall.
A little bit too hard there for Minton behind the net.
Ostmak out of the blue line, can't keep in. Red Wings moving forward here. Appleton challenged by McAvoy. Appleton got it through the slot, all the way to the near side boards. Edvinsson, Kasper to Appleton behind the net. Sends it back to Sider at the right point. Steps to his right, plays it back deep. Top of the back of the Bruins net. Shoots away from Minton. Back to the left wing side here, and Edvinsson from the point will play it back in deep. And Aspero's going to take a penalty. Knock the skates out from under Marco Kasper. Bruins are going to go shorthanded here with 12:49 left.
Yeah, good cycle shift there for Detroit, holding on to the puck, protecting the puck. You know, Sider doesn't have anything at the point. He throws it down behind the net, let the forward peel off from the front of the net and get to it. It's a good possession there by the Red Wings. And Aspero, you know, he's playing Kasper well, but I guess he got the stick in on him as Kasper tried to change directions.
Well, the Bruins will have to kill one off. Red Wings 1 for 3 on the power play so far tonight. 12:49 left in a tie game. Face-off will be down to our left, near circle. Elias Lindholm and Andrew Kopp. Lindholm wins it. Hampus Lindholm sends it around the far boards. Kane hustling over the blue line to keep in.
Good read.
Kopp works it down low off the end boards. Raymond gives it back to Kopp in that far corner. Up top for Seider. Trades it with DeBrincat. Back to DeBrincat, left circle. And Peak blocked his one-timer attempt. Kane out of the corner, back to Seider at the right point. Moves it to the center of the blue line. Pass over to the left side for Raymond. Walks down below the hash marks, angles it off the boards to Seider. Top of the left circle, a drive, and the save made through traffic by Swayman. Kopp was right in front.
He was. You fight your way to see that one, right? Seider got in a good shooting position here. Top of the left wing circle, good screen in front, and Swayman able to reach out with the glove with Kopp standing right in front of him. That's fighting your way through to find that puck through some traffic right there.
Swayman leaning his head to the right to see around Kopp, and then had to reach back to the left side of Kopp to make that save. 30 seconds gone by on the penalty to Aspero. 12:19 remaining in regulation. Seider out of the blue line here will backhand it down the wall. Raymond to DeBrincat, back to Raymond at the hash mark. Steps to the dot, goes down low again. DeBrincat back to Raymond, fumbled it, lost it out of the zone, pressured by Kastelik. Raymond wipes out. He gets it into the middle here for Corrali, and Seider blocks his shot and sends it out of play, but it'll get the Bruins a face-off in the Detroit end here.
Fans, check out the upcoming Hardest Working Player of the Week content on 985thesportshub.com Bruins page, brought to you by the Peterson School. The Peterson School is now enrolling for their spring semester in Woburn, Westwood, Worcester, Haverhill, and Haverhill. Visit petersonschool.com to learn more.
Minute 10 to go on the power play for Detroit. 11:58 to go in the third period. Kopp wins the face-off in the defensive zone here for the Red Wings. Kane will carry it out from his own blue line to the red line. Pass over to the right side. Kopp. Zadorov cuts off a pass intended for DeBrincat, and the Bruins get the clear.
Kind of muscled that out of the zone, didn't he? It wasn't hard. He was under pressure there, but able to get enough of it.
Seider leaves it behind in his defensive zone for Raymond. 43 seconds left on the power play. Here's Kane with some speed through neutral ice. Across the Boston line, Kopp along the near boards, pressured by Minton. Seider will angle it off the wall for Raymond. Under pressure from McAvoy. Raymond able to keep it alive. Here's Kopp centering pass into DeBrincat. Glove stopped by Swayman, and a nice one.
Yeah, so that's a choice for McAvoy. I mean, he's way out by the blue line there because they thought they would be able to clear it. Him and Minton trying to get out, can't do it. It goes right down low. And then the pass into the middle to DeBrincat, and what a save by Swayman with the glove. He beat him on the glove side earlier. This one, Swayman able to reach up and grab.
27th save of the night for Jeremy Swayman. 11:16 to go. 27 seconds left on the Aspero penalty. Here's Perron on the left wing circle. Fires, and the pad stopped by Swayman. Peak trying to clear it. Near side boards, doesn't get out. Comfer will chip it back into the corner. And Riemsdyk back toward the near side along with Perron. It'll come back to Falk. A crossing pass to the far side. In front, Comfer between the circles. And that one kicked away by Swayman. Minton will carry out into neutral ice, and that will do it for the Detroit power play. With 10:45 to go, Bruins are back to full strength.
Out after a couple of huge saves.
Still tied at 2. Falk standing in his own zone as the teams get set up in front of it. Falk will carry to his own blue line. Pass off to the left for Raymond. Dump in. Karen out of the corner, went right to the to the near side post against Swayman. Geeky springs Zadorov through the neutral zone. Shoots and scores! Nikita Zadorov from the left circle beats Gibson clean. It's 3-2 Boston.
We talk about how Zadorov can skate. He's a powerful skater. He joins the rush this time. They're going to find him over on the left wing side. And all of a sudden, Gibson has sprung a couple of leaks. I mean, find him. Edmondson's back in pretty good shape. Maybe given a little too much room, but he's going to beat Gibson to the short side on a wrist shot from just outside the top of the left wing circle. A 5-hole goal by Elias, and then that one short side by Zadorov.
Got to go all the way back to the 5th game of the season for Nikita Zadorov's other goal this year. What a time for this one. Just about midway through the 3rd period, and the Bruins have their first lead. Puck in the Detroit zone, and Edvinsson will retreat back behind his own net. Kane will start it out to the red line. Finds DeBrincat, cutting in across the Boston line to the near circle. Off the wall, it comes to Edvinsson. Wade all the way around to the far side. Sider waiting at the far point. Whistled it across the ice. Knocked away from DeBrincat. Puck cleared by McAvoy. Edvinsson just inside the red line. Can't get it through Arvidsson and Middlestat. Bruins regain possession. McAvoy in the near circle of the Bruins defensive end. Angles one up the near boards. Perron jumped it at the red line. But he's locked up with Reichel. And now Elias Lindholm will send it deep. Bernard Docker from behind the Detroit net. Over to Raymond. Raymond cutting through the neutral zone. Johansson goes down as he tried to split between Lohrei and Hampus Lindholm.
Might have got away with that one.
Some murmurs and now boos from the crowd here in Detroit.
Might have got away with that one. Mason Lohrei took him down.
Lohrei lobs it out to center ice, settled by Elias Lindholm, sends one softly toward Gibson. He'll shovel it toward that far wall. Perron redirects one through neutral ice and into the Boston zone. Hampus Lindholm to Lohrei. Minton will carry it to the red. Couldn't get it past Sherratt, knocked it out of midair, turned over at the attacking blue line. Van Riemsdyk tried to fire all the way across the ice, but Zadorov got in the way of that. Bruins will play it back forward, and that's going to get an icing call here against Boston with 8:32 to play.
So by my count, they're getting outshot 10-3 this period, but 2 of the 3 shots by the Bruins have gone in.
Yeah.
On Gibson, who was very good early in the game.
20 out of 23 on the night for Gibson. But, yeah, you're right. 1 out of 3 here in the 3rd period. Minton will take the face-off here in the defensive zone off of the icing. Comfer wins it. Falk from the right point. Kane throws it in front. Saved by Swayman. Comfer was right in front battling there. Bruins get the clear.
That was a face-off win by Detroit after the icing.
Kane and Falk back inside the Detroit zone. Kane will skate it forward through center ice. Gains the line, but then lost it to Peak. Andrew will play it off the near boards and back toward the Detroit end. With 8:05 to go here in regulation, Bruins up by 1. Dump in by Sherratt. With a stanchion near corner, kick back through the slot. And now Zadorov in the far corner under pressure. Trying to fight off a pair of Red Wings. DeBrincat coming behind the net. Kane gets it back off the near boards to Sherratt at the left point. Over to Falk. High slot it comes to DeBrincat. Pushing back out toward the blue line. Turns and fires, and a blocker stops Swayman. Minton. And Husnudinov near side. Can't gain possession. Sherratt just kept it in at the line. Near side circle. Peak and Comfer battling. Perron and Minton now in the corner. Perron able to turn free. Back to Falk, center blue line. Gives it to Raymond coming on to the right circle.
Fresh, just off the bench.
All the way around to the near side circle he comes. Skates it back out toward the blue line and gives there to Falk. Perron, near side
Long
hash
shift
mark.
for this line.
Down deep it comes. Peak able to wrestle Comfer off of it. But Raymond gets to it first. Sider gets it back to Raymond in the far corner. Raymond going to bring it back up top for Sider. Shot, blocker, save, Swayman. Rebound to the near boards.
They're going to find some legs to get to these loose pucks. It's twice now.
Usnadinov can't get to it. Raymond knocked away by Peak. Zadorov rims it around the far side. Edvinsson over there to keep in. Top of the far circle. Finney got it down low. Raymond right in front. Swayman robs Finney. And he's got it covered. Jeremy Swayman bailing them out again with 6:38 to go here in the 3rd. Bruins lead is 3-2. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Ready to take your career further? Join Northeastern University's DeMoore McKim School of Business for a week-long series of virtual info sessions to help you find the graduate program that truly moves you forward. Not all master's degrees prepare you for what's next, but at Northeastern, you'll gain real experience, tackle real business challenges, and get the career support that leads to real results. Business Bootcamp runs April 13th through 17th. Choose your sessions at northeastern.edu/businessbootcamp.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
We're going to give Jeremy Swayman tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Swayman coming up with not one but two saves on Emmett Finney right before that stoppage there.
That was a long shift for that line and that D pair. They were stuck out there peeking. Zadorov and mitten line. That was a long shift.
Over 2 minutes. Peek and Zadorov right around 2:05 apiece. Pasternak 2:17, Minton 2:22 on that shift. Tucked inside the Bruins defensive zone. 6.5 to play here in the third period. Boston up by 1. Geeky in the near corner trying to clear it. Couldn't get it through to Brinkett. Around the far side it'll come. Falk skates down into the corner. Centered, came all the way through to Brinkett on the back door. It's knocked away from him. Cleared by Geeky.
Speed.
Here's Reichel with speed. Coming to the net. He's going to get
penalty shot.
A penalty here from behind by Kane. Touched up.
Penalty shot.
Penalty shot coming for Lucas Reichel.
Well, that pass beats everybody. And he's got speed coming up the left wing. I was curious whether they go penalty shot or not.
Penalty shot for hooking on a breakaway.
With 6:08 to go,
Yeah,
Lucas
Kane,
Reichel.
He got caught playing D, and no question he reaches out and hooks him, and he's unimpeded going to the net. So Sherratt's coming across, but he's behind him. Let's see what he's got.
Lucas Reichel had a goal and an assist in his Boston Bruins debut 2 nights ago. A chance to give the Bruins a 2-goal lead with 6:08 to play here. Picks the puck up at center ice. He's a left-handed shot. He's going to wheel to the left side. Coming back in between the circles. Goes forehand. And the kick save with the left pad made by Gibson.
Now, Gibson's had a tough time in this period, but that's a good save there. Keep this a 1-goal game. He tried to go low to the glove side. The kick saving a beauty by Gibson.
Oh, Bruins will get a face-off in the offensive zone here. Still a 1-goal game. Shots are 16-3 Detroit in this third period. But it's the Bruins who have 2 goals to the Red Wings 1. Puck comes back into the Boston zone. McAvoy will give it to Casey Middlestat. Circling back behind his net. Throws a long pass up the left side. Arvidsson was slipping behind Sider, who stumbled.
Yeah, nice little spin move by Arvidsson. Just couldn't come up with the puck.
Arvidsson now steps in behind the Detroit net. Got it out in front. Zacha there. Sider trying to hold him off. Gibson knocked it away. And back come the Red Wings with speed. Raymond on the right side. Comes all the way across with a pass, and Zacha diving back to keep that away from Perron.
Great play by Zacha.
Middlestat now skates into the Detroit zone. Gives to Arvidsson. Right back to Middlestat on the near side. Lohrei coming on from the left circle. Goes around behind the net. Gibson nearly took himself out of the play. Over to the far side. One-timer by Arvidsson. And Gibson sliding to his right. Able to cradle that for the whistle.
That's a heck of a save right there by Gibson. Good setup. Lori with speed coming off the bench, goes all the way around the net. Arvidsson finds himself open in the left wing circle for the one-timer.
5:19 to play. Bruins 3, Red Wings 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
The Honda Spring Event. Now's the time to check out the Honda Civic and HR-V from Honda, the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit kpp.com for more information.
Now at Wendy's, you can go big, biggie, or biggier. With our new $4, $6, or $8 meal, you choose your deal, as you should. Sorry, I get fired up when I'm talking deals. More biggie options, more of what you really want at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii. The Shaws and Sturm Market Foundation have teamed up with 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time Boston feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Sturm Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to end hunger here in Eastern Mass. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure their neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive. Locally, with each assist, the foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help our neighbors in need. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Want the lowest price on name brand tires? Town Fair Tire beats all the competition. We beat the wholesale clubs. We beat online prices. We beat all local tire dealers. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best-built boilers.
5:19 left in regulation here in Detroit. Bruins 3, Red Wings 2.
Yeah, Gibson save on the penalty shot, and he just made a great save on Zacha point blank, where Zacha was being tied up in front, but was able to get a stick on it.
Face off in the offensive zone coming here for Fraser Minton against Andrew Kopp. Off the draw. And a stalemate. Casper gets in there and digs it free. Back behind his own net, Falk. Pivots back toward the far side. Gives over there for Sherratt. He'll step back in behind Gibson. Now brings out in between the circles to his own blue line. Cuts to his left to the red. Dumps in. Hampus Lindholm stumbling as he goes after it in the far corner, but gets there. Pasternak forced back into the corner now. Ricochets free. Hampus got it on out to the blue line, not out. Come back toward Lori near side circle, and now it's out. Husnudinov carrying up the right side. Deflected off of Sherratt toward the slot. Husnudinov gets in there against Falk, able to win that puck, but on the far boards, taken back by Van Riemsdyk. Caught through the neutral zone. Cuts in across the left side. Here's Casper down toward the corner. McAvoy hits him hard. Zadorov goes back behind the net. Around the far side, Pasternak kicks onto his stick and just able to get it out against Johansson. Red Wings have possession, but they're changing here as puck back in their own zone. DeBrincat dumps in from the red line. Around the far boards, Zadorov. Lost along the far boards and thrown to the net by Sider. Glove stopped by Swayman. No rebound.
He had DeBrincat hanging right around the front of the net, though, and he was alone. Bruins have been a little jittery trying to get the puck out of the zone. Started with that shift, but we haven't had any shifts where they've been stuck in their own zone since that one.
So the defensive zone face-off here with 4:06 left. Zacha and Comfer far circle down to our left. Face-off win by Comfer. He's
decisive
been
with
massive
Detroit today.
tonight. There's a shot from the blue line by Kane with Comfer in front. Swayman gloves it.
They haven't had an answer for Comfer. I mean, face-offs in general have been tough for the Bruins.
He's showing 12-3 in the face-off dot tonight for Comfer. We'll get another one here against Zacha. 3:59 to go. And Middlestat jump in there. They were going to let both centers stay.
Wow.
Comfer wins the draw again. Kane pushed it down low. Zaka at the back of his own net, able to win it back, and Zadorov will lob one through center ice. Johansson back between the circles in the Detroit zone. Pass off the left wing boards, tipped in by DeBrincat, stopped by McAvoy, but then batted back in. Comfer on the near side to Brinkett. Turns with it along the wall, shoved by Middlestat, free the puck up. McAvoy around the near side boards. It gets through Johansson with some help from Arvidsson.
Yeah, nice job by Arvidsson, exactly. Johansson pinching there. He's going to keep that puck in, but
Sider will bring it back through neutral ice with a pass on the left for Finney. Rimmed around behind Swayman. Hampus Lindholm tried to reverse it. Was deflected. Reichel got turned off it. Raymond out at the blue line, brings to the high slot. Shot goes off into the far corner, centered back in front. Aspero will take from there. He's got Geekie coming out of the zone, and Geekie will drive it in. Logan Geekie is assisted on all 3 Bruins goals tonight. Hampus Lindholm on the left point. Gets it down deep for Geekie against Falk in the far corner. Perron comes over to get involved. Puck squirts toward the near side corner. And the Red Wings will skate away with it with Sherratt coming out into the neutral zone. Left wing, he's got Raymond to the left circle, a shot. And the right pad saved by Swayman. Johansson fires one long and wide to the far side. In the far corner, Minton trying to clear it through Comfer. It deflects off him and out of play with 2:25 left.
Now under the bench. See if Gibson comes out now. He will. Face-off will stay inside the Bruins zone. Gibson coming to the bench, unless they're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
Gibson still standing on the ice over by the bench at the moment.
Todd McClellan
checking with Todd McClellan here.
Talking with the referee, yeah.
Giving him some extra time here.
Yeah, the Bruins got a line change.
Gibson will head through the door. And 6 attackers on for Detroit with 2:25 to go. Net empty. Bruins with a 1-goal lead. 2 massive points on the line here in Detroit. Minton and Comfer on the draw. Bruins get this one. McAvoy from behind the net. Around the near side. Pasta batted it out of the air, but it hit Raymond and stays in the zone. McAvoy can't get it cleared past Comfer. Second effort. McAvoy, Husnadinov. Now it hits Pasternak at the blue line. Finally, they get it out into the neutral ice. Sider will turn it over to the far side forward to Brinkett. He drives it around behind Swayman to the near side boards. It comes to Raymond. Fires, and that one gets deflected up and out of play.
Charlie McAvoy got a piece of that one. That was interesting. McAvoy and Pasternak kind of talking about it right now because they had a couple chances to get that puck out of the zone. Held in at the left point.
2 minutes even on the clock.
Still no timeout for Detroit, huh? They will bring out for the face-off here.
It's going to be Kopp against Elias Lindholm. Long wait here for the drop. And it comes toward the near side. McAvoy able to get it forward. Here's Pasternak out into neutral ice. Husnadinov's by himself and scores into the empty net with 1:52 to go. Bruins have a 4-2 lead.
We talked about face-offs, how important they are. The Bruins get possession off of this one. Elias Lindholm helping to win this draw. And Pasternak with a smart play, right? He's got an opportunity to maybe try to take that shot himself. McAvoy and Elias Lindholm help win that face-off. And then Pasternak's going to draw 2 Red Wings to him, make the pass into the middle to Husnadinov, give him time and space. And Husnadinov calmly sending it into the open net.
That's his 14th goal of the season. Bruins 4-2 leaders with 1:52 to go. Gibson goes right to the bench after Detroit wins the face-off at center ice.
So a lot of time here.
Extra attacker back out there. Another funny hop out of that left wing corner goes toward the side of Swayman's net. Sider from the right point with a shot blocked in front by Zadorov. But played by Van Riemsdyk, brings around behind Swayman to the near corner. Back to Sider at the center of the blue line. On to the left side for Raymond. Raymond walks it back out toward the center of the blue line. Can't get away from Arvidsson. Pass off the near side boards to Brinkett. To Brinkett out near the blue line. Over to Sider. Played it down that far circle. Thrown in front by Kane. Swayman against that far post to make sure nothing doing. Minute 10 to go. Raymond pushed it up the wall for DeBrincat. Back to Raymond in the near corner. Up for DeBrincat. He'll walk it down into the corner. Throws it all the way across to Kane in the far circle. Had trouble handling it, but now he's got it. He shoots. Save made Swayman. Swayman laid out. Got the rebound. Save on DeBrincat. And the Bruins will clear it. It'll go wide of the empty net. With 46.7 to go and a 2-goal lead, Jeremy Swayman makes another big one.
Yeah, he did. He had to lay out. There was a rebound there because you had bodies in front of the net providing that screen. That was Kopp in front. And Swayman reaches out on his stomach with the free hand to get that puck on the rebound chance. No timeout here by Detroit after the icing call. The Bruins can't make that change. In that sequence, Zadorov had broken his stick. Zaka gave him his. And Zaka was able to get to the bench for a new one.
45 seconds left. Puck along the near boards. Raymond with Arvidsson and Zaka. Lost it out of the zone. Middlestat from the red line. Shoots it just wide of the empty net. They kill a few extra seconds here with 30 seconds to go. And the Bruins with a 2-goal lead. Kopp from his own blue line. Skates to center ice. Pass toward the left side. DeBrincat had to chase it down. Send it through the slot untouched. Over to the far side. Middlestat blocks an effort. Here's DeBrincat with a drive from the left circle, and Swayman to his right to make that.
Over and out.
Pasternak will clear it. It will go wide of the empty net. It will be an icing, but with 6.9 seconds to go, and the Bruins with a 2-goal lead.
Now, Swayman makes that save. He doesn't really just come over to the right post, but he also comes out on DeBrincat that time. Reading it well, and in the story again.
41 saves for Jeremy Swayman tonight. 6.9 seconds left. And a defensive zone faceoff. Elias Lindholm and Andrew Kopp on the draw. Kopp wins it. Kane turns, fires. It's blocked. DeBrincat fans on it near circle. McAvoy will clear it. And the Boston Bruins come to Detroit and grab 2 huge points on the road. A 4-2 win over the Red Wings. And they pull 2 points ahead of Detroit in the playoff race. Congratulations all around for Jeremy Swayman, as the Bruins will head back home with 2 points packed in their luggage. We'll be back to recap it in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Spring event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, a 4.49% APR on a 2026 Civic Hybrid, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Hi, I'm David Morales, General Manager of WellPoint in Massachusetts. We're proud to continue our partnership with 98.5 The Sports Hub and the Hometown Heroes program, honoring the everyday heroes who work tirelessly to make our community stronger and healthier. From first responders to community leaders, these individuals deserve our recognition and gratitude. Now we want to hear from you. Head to 985thesportshub.com/heroes and nominate a hometown hero today.
This is Sean Grundy. 98.5 The Sports Hub is looking for our Wendy's Junior broadcaster. Parents, tell us why your child is the team's biggest basketball fan and why he or she should be the next Wendy's Junior broadcaster. One lucky winner will score a 4-pack of game tickets and a pregame meet and greet with Grandy and Max. Autographed team merch and cool Wendy's swag. For a chance to win, visit the contest page at 985thesportshub.com. Be sure to stop into your local Wendy's to choose your big, biggie, or biggier meal options.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins with a 4-2 win here in Detroit tonight, joined downstairs by Morgan Geekie, who assisted on 3 of the 4 goals tonight. Geeks, what was the biggest key to getting the win?
Just try to get to it right away. They have a good building in here, and they come out hot. So just be able to get to our game right away and try to stick to it for 60 minutes.
Geeks, how much of it is a calming effect when you've got Sway playing the way that he is right now?
Oh, I don't even know. I mean, you can only say so much about it. I mean, he's lights out every time he gets in there. So, it's definitely helps a lot when you got a last line of defense, and he's doing a great job for us.
We know you guys went through a stretch here where you struggled to win on the road. You put that behind you, on that last road trip. Coming in here, what was the level of confidence in a game that you really wanted to grab 2 points?
Yeah, it's huge. It's a big time of year for us, and every point matters. So, we had a good road trip, and even though we didn't win those games, we got points out of them. So, confidence is growing on the road, and we'll just try to keep building after this one.
Appreciate the time. Congrats on the win. We'll see you guys in a couple of nights.
Thank you.
Bruins with a 4-2 win. Thanks to Morgan Geekie for joining us here in Detroit. 3 assists for him tonight, and the Bruins find a way, and a lot of it has to do with the guy between the pipes. Jeremy Swayman just continues to be lights out for them.
Shots on goal in the third period.
22-6 in favor of Detroit.
It kind of started the second half of the second period, right? They started to get open for opportunities. The defensive coverage needed to be a little bit better. I think the Bruins had a little trouble clearing the zone a few times, but 6 shots in the third period, 3 of them go in. I know one was into an empty net, but he also had a penalty shot. There was a goal that was waved off, or first allowed but then checked and properly waved off because it was after the clock had gone to 0. That was in the first period on the power play by Detroit. They thought they had a 1-0 lead, but properly waved off. It was barely 0, but it was clearly. But it was an entertaining game. Penalty shot for the Bruins. Reichel gets that penalty shot. That's a good save by Gibson. I thought the 2 goals he allowed were leaky in the third period, right? Certainly the Zadorov goal. And Elias Lindholm got the shot from below the dot in the left wing circle. He was there, but he beat him 5-hole. And you could see his reaction. Gibson was it. Can't believe that one beat him. And the same reaction after Zadorov beat him short side. I don't know if the shot surprised him or what, but he wasn't. He wasn't, masking it. He was taking that shot. There was really nobody else with him. So he made some good saves, Gibson did, but, I thought he got a little leaky in the third period, and the Bruins took advantage of it. Detroit was probably they're the better team. You outshoot somebody 22-6. You're the better team in that third period, but Jeremy Swayman, outstanding. The only goal that beat him was to brink it in the third. A shot that he's one of the better goal scorers in the league right now, and he found that top corner, but it's some of the saves that he made, and there were some good opportunities for Detroit. There were a couple long shifts for some of the Bruins, but they hung in there. They bent, but they didn't break. And your last line of defense is Swayman, and the way that he's playing gives you a chance to win every night right now. And you know, another great performance by him. I mean, what was it,
43 shots.
43 shots. Yeah.
Talk about a statistical quirk. The Bruins have allowed 40 or more shots 6 times this year. They're 4-0-2 in those games. Not exactly the recipe you want to